mental health emergencies.
The Behavioral Health Unit of the Gwinnett County Police Department is a model for law enforcement agencies across the country. Their reported 99% deferral rate is nothing short of amazing.
Dr. Jeff Smith says the teams are able to resolve most mental health crises without arrests, instead connecting people with long-term services and support. The agreement with Viewpoint Health runs through June 2026. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
An event in Atlanta this weekend gives people a chance to have old criminal records removed in Fulton County.
Atlanta City Councilwoman Andrea Boone loves seeing people's faces when their old arrest is expunged.
We are honored to host this life-changing event.
Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis says people get helplessly hamstrung by an old arrest when it comes to jobs, loans, or housing.
We also want to make sure that simple mistakes do not hold people back.
Superior Court Judge Thomas Cox sees helping people charged but never tried or convicted as part of the continuum of justice.
Justice is a unifying theme. It has an accountability measure, but it also has a restorative measure.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
President Trump speaks with the leader of China today, mostly about tariffs. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi has details on the call from the White House.
Trump said the call lasted about an hour and a half. He said it was very good. He said that the U.S. teams led by Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent, Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and the U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer will meet soon with their Chinese counterparts.
A federal judge is blocking the Trump administration from suspending operations at Job Corps centers across the country. It comes after the Department of Labor announced last month it would end operations at the centers. Yesterday, we told you about the city of South Fulton leaders speaking out against the elimination of the job training program for at-risk youth. A hero police officer in Ackworth after she saves a man's life using a specialized device.
The man called 911 saying he was choking and couldn't breathe. Within 60 seconds, Corporal Tamara Sievertson arrived on scene and instantly jumped into action, grabbing her LifeVac device. The department purchased the devices for all of its officers last year. They're used to clear items from a choking victim's airway. She quickly got to work and was able to remove a bottle cap from the man's throat. He's expected to make a full recovery. It's the second time Corporal Sievertson has saved a life. Last year, she rescued a woman at an assisted living facility using the device. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Hasn't been fun on I-75 in Cobb County throughout the midday bill, and now we have a new crash, 75 southbound, right at I-285, adjacent to Truist Park there, exit 259. It is blocking 2 left lanes, already slow back to South Marietta Parkway. Might want to consider Highway 41 Cobb Parkway as an alternate. And now new trouble in Stockbridge, a left lane crash, 75 southbound below the 675 merge, slowing you from Highway 138 downtown, filling in southbound from the 85-400 merge as you try to make your way down to North Avenue. Northbound getting sluggish as well, 75-85 north, Highway 166 Langford Parkway up to Freedom Parkway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. The clouds moving out later this afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 84, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, hot and humid, high 88. Watching for a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms to roll through late in the evening. Some of these storms may produce some damaging wind gusts and large hail.
80 in Decatur, 78 in Union City, and 82 right now in Milton. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, it is hour 1 of the Doctrinaire Doctrine, a board-eligible division of the Von Hessler Doctrine. Your lovable, huggable host is on vacation this week, so we hope you enjoy us. I'm Tim Andrews. There's Autumn Fisher, the man behind the glass, George Clark, and of course the sexiest producer. See, Eric's not man enough to say sexy. I will say it. The sexiest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I am unshowered today, too, but you are flattering
That's what
me.
makes you extra sexy.
Extra sexy.
That's why he could say it, because all those pheromones
they are wafting.
Brain.
Autumn, they are wafting in this studio.
They must be, man. You know, the one thing since we moved to
Jared Musk.
It must be. It might be a little Jared Musk going on in the studio. Since we moved to Afternoon Drive 2 years ago, the one thing that I've noticed about any kind of like doctor's appointment or any kind of appointment that you have to do is you have to schedule it early in the morning. And so I was up.
Oh yeah, your whole life's been screwed up for the last 2 years.
Yeah, basically.
Mine has.
For sure. It's changed a lot of things. So I got to working on my car at 8 a.m. So I took it to the car shop to get worked on. and I didn't have enough time to take a shower. And
Right.
came immediately here and started catching up on the craziness.
Remember the old days when you got done at noon and you could just go home and take that short nap and then get all that stuff out of the way?
That's right. It was just a different time right there.
See your kid.
When I got to see my kids.
Yeah,
after
we got to
school.
see our kids.
Yeah.
Different times.
Oh, that was nice.
Were you in line this morning, Tim, to get the Nintendo Switch 2? I know that
I was, but I got in a fight with a 16-year-old kid who beat the hell out of me, and I just had to leave.
Well, you have to give the best for your son Gil there, so hopefully you're able to pre-order.
Even if I could get one, I wouldn't let him have it. He's 4. I don't want his brain rotted too much. Right now, we have a nice, comfortable, Curious George, Daniel Tiger.
So good.
Just nice, relaxing. I found that Mr. Bean cartoon, for those people out there who know that Mr. Bean is, there's an animated show for kids, and it's adorable and fun.
But he's 4 now, so the video games are coming.
No, they're not.
It's going to be,
They're not coming.
I'm telling you, 5 or 6. That's when I think the N64 / Super Nintendo were kind of big in my life. And then, oh, man, after that, you're going to get every console. After that, you're going to be the dad with the gaming consoles.
My kids are that old, and we don't have that stuff.
No gaming consoles?
Mommy would play more than them.
That's true. Well, I had a Switch, and then I got rid of it because I was not using it like I thought I would.
No?
But now I want to play Fortnite, and now I can't.
You were telling me about Fortnite. I thought Fortnite was like Minecraft. Or it wasn't you. Someone else was telling me about it.
Roblox. You were thinking.
Yeah, Roblox.
You were kind of confused, too. Yeah.
I'm always confused. You know,
I don't know what's happening.
Jared, the last video game that I played all the way through, I don't even remember the name of, so I'll say the one before that, was South Park, The Stick of Truth. So that should tell you how long ago. Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun game.
2014?
Before that, even.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, but I just spent hours. Or when I had Vice City, I would just sit there and play that for hours and hours and hours. Can't do that now.
You can't.
When I got the Switch, I played, I think, all of Vice City, and then I tried to get into the San Andreas one.
I didn't like that one.
It was cool. Like I didn't like it when it first came out, and I tried to play it, but then when I played it this time, I liked it more. But I still didn't vibe with it like I did Vice City.
I was at my brother's house the other day, and he was playing that one.
Well, maybe Autumn,
cool.
the Nintendo Switch 2 will be the fix for you, because right now you can't go in stores. Basically, what I'm hearing is that it's sold out in almost every store out there. You have to pre-order them.
I thought there was trouble getting it because of the big, beautiful tariffs.
Well, that is also a factor
And
as well.
Is it more
too.
expensive than they thought it was going to be?
I think that's more inflation-driven. It's $499 for that. You get the Nintendo Switch 2 and Mario Kart. Mario Kart World with it.
Okay.
Which I would get the combo, but go on and get the game with it instead of just
I
getting...
would have gotten it if the kid hadn't beaten me up.
I saw on Twitter today some people went and picked theirs up from a particular GameStop location, and they had stapled the receipt to the box, and this staple had gone through and messed up the screen of the console.
Oh, no.
Yeah, could you imagine? And being the employee.
How mad would you be?
Yeah.
That employee better get fired.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I'm sure with all the trouble that GameStop's been going through over the past couple of years, it's the last thing they need is some wrecked consoles.
Let's find out what GameStop it is and start calling them and asking them if they have Battletoads.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Have you seen those people play Battletoads?
Yes.
Do a walkthrough?
Uh-huh.
Like, how do they do that? How did they ever? No one can beat that one level.
Well, you
where
do
you're
the
flying
barrel
through the
roll.
Cave.
You just do the barrel roll.
I can't.
So I guess it's sold out. I bet.
It's basically sold out in every store out there. You had to pre-order it ahead of time, or if you're trying to get in the Nintendo Switch game 2 now, you need to go on and expect 2 weeks to at least get it.
I'm going to go to a garage sale and see if I can find a ColecoVision so Gilbert can play Smurfs.
There you go.
It's a nice, quiet game. You just have to
You know
jump.
what you can do for real is get this thing called a Retron, and it's Nintendo.
Retron.
Do you have? Oh, but I guess you have to have the cartridges. Do you have any Nintendo games?
You can get an EverDrive.
No, we're not going to get any games. He had an Amazon thing, one of those tablets or whatever, so you could watch pre-programmed YouTube videos like I was telling you about, the ones that I already mentioned. And he found there's a game on there where you're just skateboarding over trains and collecting coins.
People love that game.
He has no idea how to play it. He keeps going, I'm losing. He goes,
It's like Subway Surfer.
Something like that. And he goes,
Yeah.
Can you do it, Daddy? And I tried to do it, and no, he did better than me, and he was only 3.
I'm telling you, Tim, 2 years down, you got about 2 years left until the consoles start piling
You
up
should
in
trust
your
him.
house.
Jared knows a lot about having kids and raising
That's right.
kids.
Oh, I know all
exactly.
about.
Yeah,
Well,
put your kid in a room by himself. Let him play video games all day.
You put him in the family room.
Hunch over and have arthritis
You know,
when he's 10.
Everyone's got the open concept now in their house, or at least the
Everybody?
the new homes that are built now have the open concept. So when your kids are playing video games, if you encourage them to play like in a family room or something like that,
Yeah.
you can watch them while in the kitchen.
We had the lady and her husband from Waco come and knock everything down, and we just live in a box.
Nice.
What's that lady's name? Joanna.
Joanna Gaines. That's
Joanna
right.
Gaines.
Chip
yeah.
and Joanna Gaines. Yes.
Yes, those are some interesting people. Shiplap everywhere, but maybe that's gone.
Shiplap.
Well, let's-
Subway tile.
Subway tile made out of shiplap.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Jared, tell me what's happening.
Well, I have an idea that Jared's going to tell us about what we already know is happening, but go ahead.
I feel like we are witnessing the big, beautiful breakup between Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Yeah, so, the big beautiful bill is a big pile of garbage. Trump is a jerk and a poopy head, and I wish I'd never met him. I went over to his house, and his mother was yelling at me, and he blamed... Well, somebody knocked over milk, and he blamed it on me, but it was really him. So he's not my friend anymore.
man.
He's not my friend anymore. Plus,
Yeah.
he wouldn't share the government with me, even though he said he would. And I went over there, and I was like, "Can you share the government with me?" And so he said no. He wouldn't share it. And so he's a big liar and a duty head, and I don't like him.
Now, there are a lot of people, Elon, that are thinking that this was performative at
I'm going to
first.
tell. I'm going to tell.
But now Trump is saying he might cancel some of your government contracts. Now, that's the latest that I'm seeing here. I mean, Trump was not easy on you. We got some of the audio here, which, by the way, well done there, George, playing the Taylor Swift, because coming up later on, since Paul Stanley is out this week, Taylor
I'm not
is
out.
in.
I'm right here.
Okay, Paul. Well, Tay-Tay is doing
You're
your
the one who said you can't do it today because, for whatever reason.
Well,
So I'm just going to hang out in Atlanta.
We're going to have Tay-Tay's entertainment report coming up.
Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay, Taylor Swift.
Oh.
The 10th most popular artist on Spotify.
That's great. Okay, I'll sit and listen.
Yeah, you can sit and listen to
All right,
Tay-Tay.
do your little news.
But Trump, though, man, he was going in on Elon earlier today.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is.
I'm not old. I let his kid pee right here in the Oval Office. He went right over in the. There was no corner because it's an oval, but he went over there. And
He did the Biden look at the beginning.
look, I got to figure out what I'm saying. He tried to say, look. Elon came in here. Elon's kid peed everywhere. He started punching everyone. He threw the red dot phone. The phone for the Russians. The
Oh,
old
yeah.
phone, the emergency phone. He picked it up and asked for Batman. He was just beating people with things in his room. I love X. X, good little kid.
Well, you started off nicely there. Then it didn't get so nice.
And I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk. And
Oval
even with the
desk?
black eye, I said, "You want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup." But he said, "No, I don't think so," which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess.
You know what happened? You know why? The real truth behind that black eye, and George Clark knows this, is that Elon, during all of this, was made a full member of the Illuminati. In order to become a full member of the Illuminati, you have to get punched in the eye.
Black eye ritual.
Yeah.
The humiliation thing.
That's right. And so that's
Yeah.
why the harsh turn now, because, he's on Team Illuminati and going after Team MAGA.
Okay. That all makes sense there.
Of course, it's always what do they call that? Well, I'll think about it in a second.
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor. It's always the most simple solution.
It always
or
makes the
whatever.
most sense.
But the people are going nuts about this all over the place.
Well,
You have-
yeah, because they were the best of friends, for so long.
Were they?
And Elon gave him
I loved
the
his
best
money.
of friends.
His money was more. His money was a great friend.
They were hanging out all the time. I mean, his son was in the Oval Office with Trump multiple
We
times.
went fishing out back in the beautiful pond.
He was doing the campaign rallies in Wisconsin when Elon was saying that the judicial races that were going on just a couple months ago were the most important elections of our lifetime because it would sway.
Oh, that
the
one
district.
in, where was it,
It was
Wisconsin?
in Wisconsin, the district
Where he
in
wasted
Wisconsin.
all of his money.
He wasted so much money. In total, I'm seeing reports that he spent over $250 million trying to help Trump get elected. And
Well, let me tell you this, Jared. I want to know what your audience at WSB thinks. The beautiful, I mean, you have a great audience. I mean, the best show obviously is Shelley. What's his face? Who's on at night?
Oh, Shelley Winter,
the guy that came to the Chick-fil-A, and I said, "Oh, Shelley, yeah, he does the radio show, the good thing. I love him so much." I'm curious what your listeners. You have the open mic feature on the WSB radio app, right?
yeah,
Beautiful
we
app.
do. And so far, listeners, Mr. Trump are agreeing with Elon so far.
Yeah, well, don't you love this little spat between Elon and Donald Trump? And Elon's right. The bill, like usual, in Washington is full of crap. And I blame the Republicans because they're supposedly in control.
Oh, is that it? He ran out of things to say.
He ran out of
Well,
things
I
to
mean, if you're gonna have an argument, finish it up.
I just like the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like the typical mouth breather that would side with Elon Musk. Look, I mean, you got to make compromises. I know there's a lot of pork in here, but a lot of people like to eat pork. I like bacon. Do you like bacon? Pork bellies are great.
They're delicious.
It's beautiful. It's a gigantic, huge, laborious, big, beautiful bill made out of paper and ink, and it's huge and it's big, and everybody loves it. And I don't know what's wrong with Elon. He's stupid.
Well, you did not hold back on Elon again. I'm playing the nice cut. I've played the nice cut so far. It gets even worse on how you feel about Elon.
Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway.
Would have won it without Elon.
I think that's the one that set Elon off too. That
Yeah.
say
I
he's
would have won it
ungrateful.
easily. You know, the Amish, what did he do? Go buy the Amish a Tesla? I don't think so. They don't drive them. They don't drive the Tesla. I gave them horse feed. I gave them oats for the horses and buggy wheels, and they love me.
I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here.
Not true.
Better than you people. He knew everything about it. He
What
had
do you
no
mean,
problem
you
with it.
people?
All of a sudden he had a problem.
I do.
And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all.
Wait, what was
Flying gasoline. water. Cars that run on water. Flying cars.
That is not true, by the way. That is absolutely not true because, and I was listening to Eric Erickson early, who, by the way, always gives, and he's everybody knows Eric Erickson is a conservative, right?
Yes.
However, he can interpret and look at both parties and look at these ridiculous things that go on up in Washington and lay it out for you. If you're dumb like me about politics sometimes. Or emotional. I tend to get a little emotional, Autumn, right?
Well, it's hard not to because what they want you to get emotional.
I know it's easy not to, but if you know it,
Yeah.
it's easy to not get emotional. And my point about what Eric was saying is that he pointed out how Musk knew already that these were going to get cut. This came up during the Biden administration, and he cited sources. I don't remember, it was 2022 or 2023 when Musk said, "Good, cut those subsidies. That means it'll be better for Tesla because more people at that time were demanding Teslas." So Musk, I mean, that is not true. It is not true. Musk doesn't care about that subsidy being cut. He may now, because of getting involved in government, hurt his business.
He went on X and he posted that if you're not going to continue that subsidy for electric vehicles, then there shouldn't be these write-offs for gas companies and oil companies that were put in there.
There shouldn't.
And I agree with Elon on that.
All of that could go to cutting taxes for somebody here and there.
Absolutely, I think for the everyday common man instead of for the corporations.
Well, I mean, if you got money, we need money. We need beautiful money, a lot of money, a lot of debt. A lot of debt is good.
But listen, Trump, as much as I played already, you still weren't done. I talked for a while earlier this afternoon.
And I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us.
They do.
And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it.
Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back. Hang on a minute. You'll be back. It's Trump derangement syndrome. He's going to miss my tender arms and my loving kisses and my late night talks when I would rock him to sleep in the big, beautiful oval chair.
Everyone just loved you. Everyone just loves you.
They do. They love me, and then they go away, and then they come back, and then they love me even more. And look, I mean, hey, Musk, he knew all about this bill. Musk wrote the bill. In fact, he had a dream about this bill. Musk dreamt about it. He wrote it all down. He had Grok finish it, put all the bells and whistles in it. And the Congress people said, "Oh, we love it. We love it. Musk is so great, but I don't know what's going on."
I'm sure everyone that walks into the Oval Office and works for your administration just loves you.
I wish more people. Go ahead, Jim.
But believe me, Trump, we're not done yet. We got even more from you.
And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place.
He does.
I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too. But there's something about this one. I was telling the Chancellor, this is where it is. People come in here, even from Germany. They come in
From Germany.
They walk into
what
the
did you say
Oval
about
Office, and it's just a special place. It's
I said, even from Germany, people from Botswana, they walk in and go, wow, look at that. I'm from Madagascar, that's beautiful. I'm from Thailand, I wish we had a house.
Why did he mention even from Germany?
He's got
What does that mean?
Counselor Mers.
Yes, the new chancellor.
He was just the press obviously took it to that direction because of what Elon was. When he opened it up for questions,
Right.
the press started asking about Elon's X posts,
Yeah.
and then that's why it went that direction.
Well, Jared, the real problem is that all of this is distracting for the thing I wanted to do today, which is to browbeat this German guy. I wanted to embarrass him and shame him in the Oval Office and, make him look bad. And, this is so much more important that Elon and I fighting is way more important than ending the war in Ukraine, which nobody wants to seem to do.
I'm surprised you didn't have a video for the Chancellor of Germany there, like you did for the
I
President
did.
of South Africa.
I showed. You know what I showed him?
What'd you show
I
him?
showed him Hitler's speech at the Reichstag before he invaded Poland. I said, "This is what you people did," and he said, "Well, that wasn't my people." And I said, "You're German, aren't you?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm German." And I said, "Well, okay, point taken. I got to get back to. Well, I got to go take a dump, so I need my phone so I can truth about Musk. The truth about Musk on Truth.
I wonder if that's going to cause some tension between the two of you because now you're going to be truthing.
I love him. He loves me. He loves his beautiful office. Look, it's round. Or it's oval.
This round desk.
This round desk, his round chair, everything's round.
You're going to be putting all of your posts on Truth.
Remember Round and Round, that Rat song? Wow, that's great. Remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
I don't either.
How does it go? Can you sing?
Round and round, what goes around comes around. I'll tell you why.
But now, you guys are going to have no way to be able to communicate with each other because
I
he's
blocked
going to
him
be.
on Truth.
I figured it's gotten that bad again. Threatening to cancel some of his government contracts
Well,
too.
listen, I'm telling you this. I wrote a big, beautiful ban on travel. You're not allowed to come here from certain countries, right? These old people, they don't want these people coming to these countries.
Come again? What was that?
Well, there's a lot of countries with very bad people. And I can't talk about that today because Musk is blah, blah, blah. Listen, what is this thing? He said, this bill was never shown to me even once, and it was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. That's not true. Marjorie Taylor Greene read the whole thing.
Except for pages 278 and 279.
No. She read them all. She's just being humble.
She didn't like the pages 278 and 279 where the federal law would suggest that all states for 10 years would make no changes or no regulations on AI.
That's great. We're going to ban Grok.
You're going to ban Grok now? Wow, you're going after everything for Elon.
I don't like Elon anymore. Did I tell you that? I don't like him anymore. He was here. He loved everything.
What about his son X, who was running around the Oval Office?
I think a lot of this is because of X. I think X didn't like the fact that we were going to, mortgage his future in order to pay for things today. And, he's very intelligent. He's half robot, He
is.
Got the brain of a 65-year-old man.
He's got a couple of those Neuralinks going there.
Maybe 7 or 8 of them. I wish I'd love to have the Neuralink, but I guess I won't now because he's a stingy ex-friend.
Now, what are you going to do to whip up votes there, Mr. Trump? What are you going to do?
I don't care. I won't be. I'm not running again. It doesn't
Why
matter
did
to me.
Why did he appoint?
What?
I just checked Elon Musk's Twitter, and the latest thing he's tweeted: "Time to drop the really big bomb: real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT."
Oh,
Musk
wow.
put that in there?
Musk just tweeted that out.
Okay, now I
13
really
minutes
don't
ago.
like him because that's not true. I'm not.
Now
in
I'm really mad.
Pam Bondi is not doing what I told her to do to suppress this list. I'm not on it. Look.
Did he really post that?
13 minutes ago, he said that, and then he said, "Mark this post.
He better
for the
not
future.
fly anywhere."
The truth will come out.
Okay.
Oh, what if he ends up dead?
Who?
It'll be like a drug
Musk?
overdose from K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be scary.
Hey, I'm going to write it down and I'm going to mail it to myself.
You mail
So
it
that
to so that way we know
Yay,
that in
I
this
win.
moment.
Yeah, I win. Yes.
At 3:25 on June 5th, here in the year 2025,
today.
Autumn Fisher called it. She called this correctly.
All right, I was
Just
thinking.
saying.
I was thinking all of this was performative. George has an interesting take on it that I do want him to say. If you can make it concise, not right now, but when we come back from the break. But this is big. If he said that, if that's a real tweet,
Fighting words.
that's a real tweet. Trump's going to come out swinging.
All right, well, I'm going to drop a Tesla on your head.
I know. After all that time together again, Trump was bought a Tesla. I think he bought a Cybertruck or was gifted
Why
a
do you think
Cybertruck.
that they were actually friends?
Because
They
he
were
thinks
using
everybody's
each other
friends.
For power.
I know, but he
But
puts
that's-
it in terms people can understand.
That's also how you're able to get to Donald Trump is you tell him how wonderful he is. You tell him how
Yes,
great
but
he
they
is.
weren't actually
He
friends.
brings you
But he
in.
bought me a car.
He brings you into the close circle,
Yeah.
and he's done this with so many other people before. Remember the first term? I remember the first term very well. He had a lot of people like that. Jeff Sessions comes to mind, where Jeff Sessions loved Donald Trump. I think he was the first person to come out and openly support Donald Trump, and then he was
but he let
cast
us
out.
down.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing over and over
didn't
with
give
Trump.
me a
It's,
car.
it's you. It's your personality, Mr. President.
Shut up.
It's you. It's you.
If you're ready for real European car lovers to work on your Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, discover Wolfpan European Auto Repair in Roswell. And for a limited time, get a free second opinion on repairs when you mention you heard about Wolfpan on the radio. Search Wolfpan Auto Repair to get started.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to Settlements and Verdicts to see for yourself what your case may be worth before you hire a law firm. Do your homework. Fact check. It's easy and too important not to. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Attention antique lovers, this weekend it's the Lakewood 400 Antique Market, located north of Atlanta on Georgia Highway 9, 2 miles south of Cumming. Visit their website at lakewoodantiques.com for more information. This weekend, don't miss the Lakewood 400 Antique Market.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story, local activists condemning a proposed expansion of an immigration detention facility in South Georgia.
Folkston is an abusive ICE detention center.
Meredith Yoon says the facility is already plagued with problems. The plan would more than double capacity of the Folkston Processing Center, making it the largest in the country. Charlton County officials now say the plan is on hold due to federal regulations, but they hope the project will move ahead in the future. A Marietta nail salon is the site of a new immigration crackdown by federal agents.
Homeland Security Investigations Atlanta says it carried out the operation at the Lux Nail Lounge just off I-575 at Ernest Barrett Parkway. The agency says it arrested 12 undocumented migrants working at the business, saying the hiring of undocumented migrants, quote, undermines fair labor, exploits the vulnerable, and threatens public safety, end quote. It's not known what consequences the business will face. It's all part of an ongoing national immigration enforcement effort from the White House. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The third and final suspect in a 2024 Gainesville murder case is arrested. 18-year-old Kylane Williams of Monroe is held without bond in Hall County. He's accused in the April 2024 shooting death of 16-year-old Jayshawn Overstreet of Gwinnett County. He was shot in the head. Police say Overstreet traveled from Gwinnett to Gainesville for what they called criminal activity. Two other teen suspects were previously arrested. Self-driving vehicles are coming to Atlanta's West End neighborhood. The Atlanta Beltline approves a $3 million pilot program for shuttles that will run about a 2-mile route. Jill Johnson with the Beltline says it will be welcoming to those who have never been in an autonomous vehicle before.
The project will also include on-board attendants who will be there to help folks who might feel a little bit nervous on their first ride or during their first experience.
The project is expected to be in place in time for the 2026 World Cup. It is now 3:32. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Got some better news for those leaving the ballpark or passing it on I-75 in Cobb County. Bill, that crash 75 south at I-285 exit 259. They blocked all lanes for several minutes, but the crash is off to the side now. Everything back open. Still jammed in from South Marietta Parkway. Hopefully that will improve. We also got a crash up in Forsyth County, 400 northbound, Highway 141, Peachtree Parkway exit 13. Was just leaving a center lane open, now just one left lane blocked, but you're slow back to McFarland Parkway. And the earlier trouble we had down in Stockbridge, 75 southbound below the I-675 merge, that as well has cleared. 75 southbound now in recovery mode coming out of Morrow, leaving Mount Zion Boulevard exit 231. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. The clouds and drizzle moving out later on this afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 84, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, hot and humid with a high of 88, partly cloudy through the afternoon, but a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms will arrive after sunset. Some of these storms may produce damaging winds as well as large hail.
80 degrees in Johns Creek and Powder Springs, 78 in Fairburn. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual Imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 body scan offer at Virtual Imaging has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your Virtual Imaging $995 body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Belinda Skelton here for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I have Stephanie with me. She's a patient of Dr. Ashraf, and Stephanie recently had the laser optics procedure. Stephanie, why did you have the laser optics procedure?
I wanted to be able to not ever use reading glasses again because I got tired of pulling my phone out of my purse when I forgot them to blow things up, and I just wanted to see.
And how was life after laser optics procedure at Atlanta Vision Institute?
Incredible. I could read the bottom of a nail polish bottle. I don't need my readers, never used them since I've had my laser optics procedure. It's been amazing.
What would you say to people who are on the fence about having the procedure?
Do you want to see?
That says it all, folks. Folks, if you want to see like Stephanie, go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
Definitely seems like it's real between Trump and Elon. You have two people with a deep-seated need for validation and people's love. And
Amen.
When they're together, neither one is number one in the room. And neither can stand that. So I'd be willing to bet there's a lot of stuff that's going to start coming out about each of them.
Well, I can see that point of view, but I also fall onto the side of it being kayfabe. Do you know what kayfabe is, Jared?
I do not. What is that?
Kayfabe is an old wrestling term. Before the days of the internet when things were easy to disprove and when wrestling was in its pre-heyday, they had a thing called kayfabe, and that was to sell everything as real, and you don't break kayfabe. So as, let's say, Hulk Hogan had a beef with Andre the Giant, okay? They're really close friends, but you don't go out in public and break the kayfabe, which is the illusion that they really hate each other and they're really beating each other up. I tend to think that because of other things going on in the world, because of other things going on in the United States, Elon needed to get out of that White House, because his car company was hemorrhaging, and his shareholders and his board of directors are like, you're killing us. You're killing us with, Tesla, people setting them on fire, all those idiots.
Sure.
Wow. Who is it?
It's Elon calling. He's like,
no, it's not kayfabe. I really hate him. You're wrong. But that's where I tend to think. That's what I naturally don't believe things, especially things that are overhyped like this. And they're being so public about it, which seems childish to me. It does. I mean,
yeah, but they are childish.
I know they are, but even childish people, when they're in leadership roles, don't act that way. But maybe we just live in an era where everybody's nuts.
I don't know. We've seen this happen multiple times with Trump.
With Trump, yeah.
In the past.
Yeah, and also, but with Elon, let's say, okay, he is in a leadership position and he wouldn't normally do this kind of thing. I really do believe that he is on some drugs.
Yeah, but did Lee Iacocca and Ronald Reagan fight each other in public? I don't know.
No, I'm saying though, Elon
is on drugs.
He could have some like issues, cognitive issues, with being able to make dangerous decisions or not.
I don't even think it's that. I know a lot of people are going to jump to the drug conclusion. I think personally, what it is after you've spent so much money believing in a cause, believing in a person like Trump, and Trump decides to pass a bill or to promote a bill that doesn't really address the national debt the way that Elon Musk intended for. I mean, the whole point of him getting involved within the United States government was to reduce the debt. And with the big, beautiful bill, or the great big, beautiful bill that he's calling it now.
Stupid omnibus bill?
Yeah, the stupid omnibus bill, it doesn't cut spending. So I can understand why Elon is upset with it. And I'll say it again for the third time. With Trump's past, he is known to have these great friends that turn into enemies within just a little while of being involved in the administration.
But other than Eric and Musk and you, I don't know anybody who gives a damn about the deficit or the budget or being over. Nobody cares. You know why people don't care? They want to be able to go to the store and buy things that are cheap. Yeah. Well, they want to be able to feed their kids.
You're right.
They want to be able to get a house without huge mortgage payment.
And at this point, it's so large that there's no chance that we're ever going to be able to pay it back.
It's Columbia House.
Point?
You're never going to pay it back.
Exactly.
See,
so what is the point?
I have faith that
War.
there will be a way to pay it back
war.
by making cuts, and maybe it is war. I hope it's not that.
There's no way, Jared. If any money comes available, they're not going to put it towards debt.
No.
They're going to put it towards a billion other things. They're going to put
Exactly.
it towards their own pockets or towards like the military, especially if you're talking about the war.
The same thing has happened to every empire throughout history. If you go all the way back, even prior to Rome, when you get to a certain point, you either adapt or collapse. We're not going to adapt.
I believe in us. I feel like we
You
can.
do?
I do. I feel like
I'm glad you have that positivity.
We can adapt. We've been at a zero balance before. I think we can do it again.
When?
Big in the 90s during the internet boom.
Clinton?
Yes, Clinton.
That was the budget. It wasn't the debt.
Yeah, it was the budget, not the debt.
And then, oddly, when George W. Bush became president, they cut a bunch of taxes but increased spending. That's weird, huh? Gee, I wonder how we got there.
Yeah.
But more than anything, this just has poor George Clark's all weirded out because this is like when two of your best friends start fighting. Where do you go? Where do you go? Who do you side with? Do you stay friends with both of them? Or like you're friends with a married couple and they split up, but you really like both of them. What do you do?
I mean, that is a funny way to kind of put it, but I'm not a huge fan of either of them at this point. It's been a while since I've loved either of them, But it seems real. Like I was, with you thinking maybe this is performative, maybe this is to obfuscate other things. But
I still
with
believe
that last tweet that we just read in the last segment, it seems like that is not something you say about somebody.
Well, reset that tweet then. What was that tweet that
that he alleged that Trump is not releasing the Epstein files because he's involved with them, which is
Well, everybody knows that Donald Trump flew on that plane. But people also know that when he was who was it? It was a prosecutor in Florida that reached out to Trump and asked him about Epstein. And Trump had kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, said he couldn't come back. And then he called that prosecutor up, and I think there's an audio recording of it, or there's certainly a transcript of it where he said, yeah, that guy was a creep. I didn't want him around here anymore. I'll help you any way you need me to help you.
Yeah, that was also quite convenient. That was a huge headlines.
But that was before he ran for president.
Right, but
it was
in
years
the
ago.
run-up, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was when the Epstein stuff was hot because of Pizzagate and stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't think that. I mean, I don't think that is.
Well, I just want you, George, to take some deep breaths. Jared's chill. Jared can handle this kind of stuff.
No, for sure. I am freaking out a little bit.
Don't freak out because
George, you don't have to make any decisions right now.
Yeah,
it's just too. It's just too big.
Let's give it a night.
It's too
Wake
big.
up in the morning and see where we land.
You can spend the weekend at the White House and sleep in the Lincoln bedroom, and then the rest of the week you can stay with Daddy Elon.
That bed is
the
extra
truth
long.
is, I'm getting the popcorn out. This is a show. I mean, this is exciting stuff.
Two big egos colliding together is what we're seeing now, and
Which is cool, right? Like I love reality TV.
That's
I
what
love
it is.
Messy
Yeah,
people.
it's a
but
lot of that.
That's why I think it's
they're in
kayfabe.
charge of our stuff, and this person
Elon
is
isn't.
like,
Elon's
he
not in charge
was.
of it.
He just got thousands of people lost their jobs.
Donald
because of
Trump
his
is on the
decisions.
phone with the president of China, President Xi of China today, trying to negotiate his way out of these tariffs, right?
Yeah.
And get a deal with China so the economy here doesn't collapse. That's what he's trying to do. While he's on the phone with this guy for an hour and a half, he's truthing about Elon Musk. I just don't know how you have that capacity to be able to do that.
Oh, easy. You have two phones. You got one on speakerphone talking to President
Well,
Xi, and the
yeah,
other one where
maybe Trump can text what he's driving. He's, he knows what he's doing.
He's like you, Jared.
Yeah, you and Trump have so much in common.
I guess so.
Look, I'm not one of these people that's gonna. You can't react anymore, and I've learned a lot from Eric when it comes to doing this because I used to be very hyper emotional about politics. Things would just set me off. There was a time when I would go on Twitter and argue with people. That's so stupid and such a waste of time. Because
don't jump
first
in the
of all,
comment section of Elon right now. My goodness. He's going to get deported, is what people are saying.
It doesn't help you out. And then people that you don't know are calling you names, and that makes you mad. And you go back and forth. You just got to
You
let
really
it
do
all
have to protect yourself.
Yes. But this is,
which is crazy.
I think to a degree, a lot of this is performative. The media is biting on this right now. They're not talking about anything else. But there's two major wars going on right now.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more that we don't talk about. But there are two major wars that are going on, and there's nothing on TV about them today.
A lot of the stories this morning were talking about how Zelensky, because of the recent success of Operation Spider's Web, he wants to now have the face-to-face conversation with Putin and feels like he is now validated enough to go to the table. But then all this came out and changed the direction.
Wouldn't it be
of where
funny
the news
if
cycle
they
was going.
agreed to a ceasefire and peace today? You wouldn't even know about it.
You would not. You would not.
Trump and Musk.
Yeah. Absolutely wild.
And then the other thing before we go to the break, I'm worried about the podcast world. What's going to happen to the Pod Bros?
Oh, I know.
Because
They're gonna be split.
Yeah, they are going to be split.
They loved this love affair.
Wow, where's it? Jamie, who do I like?
But sometimes though, when two bros like Trump and Musk, when two bros get upset with each other, you just got to fight for a second. You just got to punch each other, and then after the fight, then it's like, I'm sorry, bro. Maybe in a couple days we'll be okay.
That's totally
Bring
like
it
a
in,
Trump
brother.
thing.
Bring it in, bro. Bring it in. Big beautiful hug. Yeah, big beautiful hug. Come over here, X. Bring that lady that you used to date with the mustache.
Either way, we are witnessing what appears to be the big beautiful breakup happening as we speak.
It pays to have the WSB Radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my God.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
It's the Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5 p.m.
Oh, that's cool.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
We've all got one, and there's never just one thing on it. Your home improvement to-do list. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus covers everything on your list. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, the owner of Painting Plus. We do it all, and we do it right. Trust the Plus family of businesses for everything on your list.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Rates are up, rates are down. Every day it's something different. If you're curious about what's going on and when the best time will be to buy or refinance your home, call the experts I trust at Myland. This is Scott Slade. There's a reason the guys and gals at Myland are able to close loans that other local banks just can't. The folks at Myland are local and somebody you can trust to make sure you get the best loan for your needs at the best rate. You don't have to take my word for it. Here are lines from some recent testimonials. Myland kept me up to date and informed with every step of the way. They make you feel like you're one of the most important clients they have. Myland specializes in home financing, and they've seen it all. So whether you want to access the equity in your home to pay for other debts, buy a new home, or anything else, Myland is the place to call. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Or online, it's myland.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage License C148769. Myland's located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Finance Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you've said that income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. But what income streams require the most attention?
Yeah, so if you've got a pension or if you're living off of Social Security, you kind of know those income streams show up in your mailbox. That's mailbox money. It's almost like you're still working, and it doesn't really require that much attention. But most people that come into the office today, they are having to use their 401ks, their IRAs, SEP Simples, 403bs that are invested in the market to generate income. And anytime you're going to use a market-linked asset where you have to go in and decide when you're going to buy and sell to generate your income, it takes a ton more effort, energy, and attention to get that piece of the puzzle right. But it doesn't actually have to be that way.
So, Matt, the number one fear of adults in retirement is outliving their money. How do we get started building income today?
Well, you can get started today. You'd call us for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement roadmap. We want to build a GPS for you that's going to help navigate retirement, and it's going to have a focus on building and preserving income. 770-280-1488. We've got a representative standing by to talk to you right now. 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we are available across the metro Atlanta area to meet with you at a time and place that fits your schedule. Again, 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com.
The team at Vincent Finance Group want to help preserve your assets while building retirement income that lasts as long as you do. Call today for your complimentary retirement roadmap, 770-280-1488. And you can always get more at retireatlradio.com and join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. I know what's important to you when you're looking for a new deck. You want the work done with quality workmanship, on time, within your budget, and built correctly. Getting a new deck from Ben Hill Renovations checks all the boxes. And when it comes to new decks, pretty much anything you can imagine, Ben Hill can do. And they're all backed by the Ben Hill Workmanship Warranty. Swing by the new Ben Hill Renovations showroom in Douglasville and talk to one of their designers. Or see them on the web at bhrenovations.com. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
Oh, speaking of somebody that's actually a friend of both of theirs, and I'm on a group text with them, and I can't reveal who I am. Anyways, I just find it interesting that the guy, leaving an open mic talking about need for validation and attention. Buddy, that's you.
So I don't let me unpack that open mic from the WSB radio app, where you can leave your own open mic. What is that person saying?
He's saying that the person who called in about the Elon and Trump needing validation, he's saying that the person that actually needs validation is the person that left the open mic while he himself is leaving an open mic.
So are they friends, or is this guy in a text thread with Trump and Musk?
I think he's suggesting that he's in a text thread with Trump and Musk here. I'll play the beginning one more time.
No, speaking of somebody that's actually a friend of both of theirs, and I'm on a group text with them, and I can't reveal who I am.
Like that suggested that he's in a text thread with both Musk and Trump.
What, from their? Come on.
Probably on Twitter.
Yes,
get out of here.
Well, could be.
I'm talking to them personally. They told me.
I said, look, you're my buddy, my text buddy. I've never seen you. But we text each other all the time. This guy found his way in.
Maybe he's talking about Signal. Is that the Secretary of Defense?
It might be. It's Pete Hegseth
That's
that's
Pete
leaving
Hegseth.
open mics on the WSB radio app.
Okay.
Check out my tattoos, man. These are awesome tattoos. What do you think of my tattoos?
But I'm still perplexed by that. I'm still perplexed. That's a word.
By what?
That open mic. I don't know that. What is he talking about? Who's in a text thread with Elon Musk and Donald Trump?
He is.
And now, which one of the two exited the text thread first? You're no longer my friend. So that poor guy is actually in a text thread. George wishes that he was in a text thread with those two.
I do. That would be.
You could probably bring them back together, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're like, hey, come on, guys.
Yeah, each of them gets one punch to the face.
Now, Elon alleged in his last X post, which maybe he's posted since then. I'm curious to see what people are saying underneath that.
Oh, do not jump in the comment
Why?
section.
Because it's beautiful.
Well, people are like, number one, some people are like, Elon for president, hell
You're a
yeah.
traitor.
And then other people are like, deport Elon, deport him, get out of here.
I could deport him. I could deport him because he's being mean to your king, your Trump, your buddy, your friend.
We can deport him, but we can't get that guy who was accidentally deported back.
I think that guy came back.
Oh, he did?
I don't. Somebody from where was he from? From Guatemala. There was a guy from Guatemala that was detained and sent someplace, and they just
He was
brought
sent
him
to
back.
El Salvador, yes.
Yeah, but there was a guy that was brought back recently.
Oh, it's
The Maryland father? They kept
That Maryland
calling
father was from Ecuador.
From
so if
Ecuador.
you're talking about somebody from Guatemala, then you're talking
Yeah.
about somebody else.
Okay, yeah, George. Thanks for setting me straight. George
God,
knows
Tim,
the ins
get
and
your
outs
stuff
of
together.
everything. See, this is why I got to pay more attention to him. Note to Eric.
Got to.
It's just this whole thing's weirding George out. I'm not weirded out about it. I attest that it's kayfabe. I think
Absolutely not. Do you think that Trump is capable of not just saying whatever comes to his head?
No,
That
I
he's
know
gonna
he
be able to
is,
keep
but
to a script.
But he is also a reality show guy, reality TV show guy.
Yeah, but that was when he was just playing himself, and he didn't need to. He was in charge of it. He was the executive producer. He didn't have to do what anybody else wanted.
I don't know. Is this bill going to pass now?
That's the question. Is it going to pass?
Is it going to motivate Democrats to vote for? Is that what the plan is, to get Democrats to vote for it just to spite? I don't know.
I don't think the Democrats are going to, because of the cuts to Medicare and Medicaid, they're not going to vote for it.
No.
I think if it does pass, it'll make me think that this is kayfabe more.
Well, if it does pass, it goes back to the House, where now the House members
Yeah,
who've
no,
read
LG,
it will
she
go,
is
I'm not going to vote for
not
it.
voting for it. She said she's pro-human and she's against
This to me,
transhumanity.
just to nail this all up, this to me is like, take the things in there, put them in relevant categories, and make them individual bills, and then vote on them.
All right, Elon.
But the problem is
Excuse me? I'm sorry. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
you're right. They should be, like we were saying the other day,
Then Congress will be held accountable.
these bills are too large.
Yes.
And they do take up too much time to read.
You can't-
So it's like, I'm not going to read. I need the gist, and then I'm going to vote on the gist. Well, that shouldn't be the case. It should be small amounts of information that we can vote on, and then you're voting on something. You know what you're doing.
If it were that simple, though, it's hard to whip up the votes for everybody to agree. There's different segments of each party. The moderates won't agree with the conservatives on certain parts, and in the Democrat side, the same thing. The
But
moderate.
couldn't it be one thing to vote on and not like a bunch of things? To
Yeah,
vote
to
on?
Jared's point, if you break them all up, then you know who is for what. And then they can actually read them because, they don't have all the time to read 1,000 pages. Maybe they could read 10 pages.
Great.
I think the issue is that if you connect them all together, then you're able to wheel and deal behind the scenes. I don't love it, but I
That's
understand.
not a good thing.
I understand why they do it, though.
Yeah.
And it happens on both sides, though. It's because there are different sections of each party that think ideologically differently from each other.
If I were a teacher, I would make every kid in my class watch an hour and a half of C-SPAN every single day. Not the fun thing in the morning
they
where
can
people
nap?
where they prank. No, I would zap them if they fell asleep. Or keep it nice and cold in there like Eric does in here so they don't fall asleep. But my point is, like in the morning, they have that call-in show where people prank them, and that's funny. But then you have, Congress. Like you could watch AOC in a committee hearing questioning somebody and go, oh my God, she's actually competent. But you don't see that on the news. You only see it there. Or you could see Marjorie Taylor Greene doing it slightly less competent. And then other people, you could watch the government work. And if kids knew that, and then as they got older, because I knew how it worked when I was a kid.
And I
mean, it didn't work like it does now.
But I think there's a reason why people consume this style of news. I'm pointing behind us because we've got CNN on, but we've got
it's a reality show now.
There's a reason why they consume it that way, and that's because it's packaged in a way that is enjoyable to the viewer, right?
Yes,
but who's they?
For
the people
for
that watch
CNN.
Of a certain age, I feel like.
Well, certain age for
people are not
all of these
watching.
channels, but like MSNBC is for younger, more liberal than CNN, but CNN definitely older boomer liberals.
Yeah.
But there's nothing worse than MSNBC.
You were asking about the replies to Elon's bombshell tweet.
Yeah.
We've got Alex Jones is saying, God help us all.
God help us all, Piers.
Lex Friedman is saying, that escalated quickly.
Okay, so the Friedman is a podcast bro.
Oh yeah.
And then the unknown, I don't know who this is, but Lefty Crypto tweeted out a picture of Elon Musk standing next to Ghislaine Maxwell. So
Okay, well let's find out where Cat Turd thinks.
Cat Turd's going to definitely weigh
And then
in.
3-year Letterman, we got to find out what he thinks because he doesn't like Cat Turd. I love all that Twitter
Let's
drama.
get Jenna Marbles back in the mix. To talk to her.
Listen, she's happily married now.
Joe from Jersey, you know where she stands. Brooklyn Dad, all these fake people.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story: if an old arrest in Fulton County is getting in the way of landing a job, a loan, or a place to live, now is your chance to have it removed from your record.
It's a life-changing event, says Atlanta City Councilwoman Andrea Boone.
We love seeing the look on people's faces when their records are expunged. They are filled with optimism.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis says her office is just as committed to punishing violent offenders as to making sure a simple mistake doesn't hold people back with an unprosecuted arrest.
Haven't done anything since. We are going to move to restrict that off your record, as it should be. Why should they be judged by something they were never convicted of?
With a judge and the court clerk on hand Saturday, the record's restrictions will be completed in real time. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
82 degrees in Atlanta when there could be a threat for severe storms. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Happening now, Atlanta police investigating a shooting near Greenbrier Mall. It happened at 2841 Greenbrier Parkway, which is just minutes from the mall. 2 men are injured. Both have been taken to the hospital. They were alert, conscious, and breathing when they were taken away. Self-driving vehicles are coming to Atlanta's West End neighborhood.
The Atlanta Beltline has approved a $3 million pilot program that would bring driverless shuttles to a roughly 2-mile route between the Atlanta University Center, MARTA's West End Station, and the Liam White Entertainment District. Jill Johnson is with the Atlanta Beltline. She says for those who've never ridden in autonomous cars, no worry.
The project will also include on-board attendants who will be there to help folks who might feel a little bit nervous on their first ride.
The project's expected to be in place in time for the World Cup. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
Water bills may be going down in Sandy Springs. A judge rules in favor of homeowners who Sandy Springs Mayor Rusty Paul says are paying too much for the water they get from Atlanta.
Making sure that our people aren't paying 21% more for water than is justified. And I'm hoping that Mayor Dickens and I and our teams can get into a room fairly soon and maybe work out the details before the court orders us to do certain things.
The city of Atlanta plans to fight the judge's decision. No word yet on when the hearing will be. Local immigration activists are blasting a plan to expand an ICE processing facility in South Georgia.
The proposed expansion would more than double the capacity at the Folkston Processing Center from 1,100 to 3,000 beds. Meredith Yoon says the facility is abusive.
There are recorded deficiencies and violations of the performance-based national detention standards, constitutional standards, and other requirements to provide safety and care to the people in ICE custody.
Officials in Charlton County saying the expansion is now on hold due to federal regulations, but they're hopeful the project will move ahead at some point. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A war of words today between President Trump and Elon Musk. Trump suggesting the former head of Doge misses being at the White House.
They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile.
Musk claims President Trump is in the Jeffrey Epstein files, and that's why the real reason why they haven't been made public. It started with a feud over Trump's big, beautiful bill. Quick thinking from an Ackworth police officer saves a man's life.
Corporal Tamara Sievertson knew what she had to do when she was dispatched to a report of a man choking, as she had already done it once before. When she arrived on scene on New McEver Road and Ackworth Industrial Drive, she grabbed her LifeVac device and quickly worked to pull a bottle cap out of the man's throat. He's expected to make a full recovery thanks to her efforts. The agency purchased the devices for all of its officers last year, meant to help choking victims. This is the second time one's been used. Corporal Sievertson previously saved a woman who was choking at an assisted living facility. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Georgia Tech promotes James Ramsey to head baseball coach. He replaces legendary coach Danny Hall, who retired after this season. Ramsey joined the Yellow Jackets baseball staff in 2019 as an assistant and was named associate head coach in 2021. He becomes the 13th head coach in the history of Georgia Tech baseball. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Well, Bill, it's already a packed full house into downtown. 75 southbound, starting to slow right around Moore's Mill there in northwest Atlanta. 85 southbound jams in at the 400 merge. About 26 minutes from there down to I-20. Northbound delays stacked and packed. 75, 85 north, Highway 166, Langford Parkway up to Peachtree, Pine Street. Up in Forsyth County, still trying to clear up this Big Reed crash. Actually, they're towing it away right now, so hopefully the left lane will reopen soon. 400 northbound, Highway 141, Peachtree Parkway, exit 13. Those delays stretch back to McFarland Parkway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. The clouds moving out later this afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 84, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, hot and humid, high 88. Watching for a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms to roll through late in the evening. Some of these storms may produce some damaging wind gusts and large hail.
81 degrees right now in Lawrenceville, 82 in Ackworth, and 76 in Fayetteville. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Wow, it's hour 2 already of the Von Hessler Doctrine. Amazing, amazing. Hey, George just posted, and I want to read these real quick. The reaction from the bros, or the Trump adjacent, the Musk adjacent people. We got Ashley St. Clair, the most recent baby mama for Elon Musk. Hey, real Donald Trump, let me know if you need any breakup advice. Yes, I'm going to give Donald Trump money. And then Kanye weighs in. Let's play Cousins after this. Can we play Cousins on the air?
I don't know.
I don't think we can. It says, bros, please, no. Hug emoji. We love you both so much. Yeah. So if Kanye loves them and he loves Hitler, what does that say about them?
Oh,
They're all Hitler.
They're all fascists.
We also got some open mics, and people are jumping in from what we brought up in the first hour.
So you guys are on the radio, and you're not in the text thread with the two of them?
No.
Oh, man.
I dropped out of the text thread.
I think I dropped out as well, too.
You know, I gave it a follow. I was like following, but I'm not getting the updates for some reason.
For some reason, yeah. I guess
that's a good point he makes.
Maybe you know what? Sometimes I'm notorious for muting text threads, so maybe I just muted it. And I haven't looked back at the notifications.
Oh, do you turn on your calming, the little do not disturb?
Oh, absolutely. I use that all the
you
time.
You do?
Absolutely.
I think it's annoying.
Oh, I'll get texts all times of the day at night. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. After a while, you've got to allow yourself to sleep.
So popular.
Then this other open micer, we have a response from the previous open micer that initially wanted validation. Apparently,
man, the second open mic guy was right. I am looking for that validation. But what's wild to me is I am also on a text thread with Elon and Trump, and they messaged me while that was going on and said they don't know who he was. So it's kind of confusing me a little bit and to what he was talking about.
All right, I'm team that guy.
I am team that guy.
Me too.
Oh, wait, we don't have a sounder for this, do we? What are we going to do here?
Well,
we don't...
one more.
Okay, you have another open mic.
One more open mic. You know, for those that decide that, you know what, the politics is just too much for them, and they like just to listen to the radio to get other kinds of things from it. Listen to this.
Hello, Doctrinaires. Y'all are doing awesome. But, hey, just a random thought with all of the grumpiness going on everywhere. There's nothing like having a bowl of Lucky Charms where you just eat all the cereal first and leave all the marshmallows for last. Just a random thought. Love you guys.
That is the strategy every Gen X kid had. You have to eat the crap first, and then you get the marshmallows in the sweet milk.
Look at that.
Did you grow up eating Lucky Charms?
I
Or did
did.
your parents make you eat grape nuts?
I honestly, I like grape nuts. I think grape nuts are a good cereal.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to defend grape nuts.
I like Life cereal. I like a lot of the
cereal.
I like
the best cereal, really.
cereal is pretty good. I don't care if Mikey liked it or not.
I liked a lot of the plain cereals, like Life cereal, Cheerios, and when I would eat things like Captain Crunch and stuff like, or Captain Crunch,
Captain Razor Blades,
anything like that, it was too sweet for me. I would get like headaches and stuff from
Of
it.
course, it's loaded with sugar. The only good Captain Crunch is peanut butter Captain Crunch. Everybody knows this.
Which
Oh, that's a great one.
Just don't use half and half, which I did once, and it was way too rich.
Ooh.
I had to take it with me into the bathroom. All right, what are we doing here?
I think we're going to do a little. So this is Paul Stanley's segment, but Taylor Swift is free. Oh, thank you, George.
This is highly irregular. Hang on a second, Tay-Tay. I flew all the way here. Nobody
sorry.
told me. Nobody told me. That's okay. More people know you these days than know me. Maybe not in Brazil, but here, yes. So I'm going to step aside. Go ahead, Taylor.
I don't want to step on your toes.
I've already left. Go ahead.
Oh, gosh. I hope he's not mad. I'm going to deliver some entertainment news for you guys.
You know what, Taylor? I looked up earlier that you're only the 10th most popular artist on Spotify. Can you believe that?
Did you say only?
You're only Billie Eilish. Believe it or not,
How is
fourth.
Billie Eilish more popular?
She's so great.
Because of streaming. Just streaming in general. You get people to buy
Have you
your
heard
records.
her album? It's so good.
Yeah, but Tay-Tay,
I
you're the
like
biggest
her.
star in the world. You just had the biggest 3-year tour in history.
It's
You guys, there's plenty of room at the table of success.
Yeah, there is. There is. Who else is on
I
that
grew up
list?
on a Christmas tree farm.
Yay!
Yay!
I grew up in Brooklyn.
So cool.
My ear was missing. Go ahead.
Remember, it's only those that
you didn't have an
stream.
ear?
No, I had a fake ear sewn on, and when I woke up, Gene Simmons was staring at me with his tongue out.
Oh, wow. That must have been upsetting.
No, because he's my brother. But this isn't my segment; it's yours, and Jared's going to tell us
Okay.
who else is on the list that's bigger than you.
Well, I want to talk about my
Well, hang on a
BF.
second.
What?
Who are some of the other artists on that list?
Some of the surprises on there
Oh,
are going
sorry.
to. Tay-Tay, you know
You
what?
can
Let's-
just bust through them real quick.
I think in reality, I mean, the ones that'll surprise you, I think, are Kendrick Lamar, number one, and then Billie Eilish. Those are the two that surprised me. The other ones are kind of up-and-coming internet sensations, and it's because of streaming. Taylor Swift is smart because she actually has a lot of her fans buying actual physical records. So I
Sure.
think that takes away from people that would normally stream her music. That's why she's 10th
I
on the
don't
list.
mind.
Yes.
It's fine.
Are there any old artists on there?
No.
Okay, so these are all young
Well,
people.
gosh, I'm getting older.
Well, you have passed 30, which means you're washed up.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a
That's what
story.
you
Go
think,
ahead,
but
give us
that's
a story,
okay.
Miss Swift.
Okay, so I'm so excited because my boyfriend is in the news.
What did he do?
Oh, he was like dancing and stuff to my song.
Doesn't he do that all the time? Why is that the news?
It was so cool.
Oh, this is
He was like, shout out to Tay Tay, and I was like,
Can you elaborate a little more? Because she's too excited. What's the story?
it's that so he was on he was like dancing and he was singing
Mhm.
and he was just like, oh, it was so cute.
Where was this? Was this on MSNBC or Fox News or CNN, or was it on some blog?
It was after I purchased the master recordings for the 6 albums.
Congratulations, by the way.
I know.
And
It
you-
was so much money. It was crazy.
But you can afford it.
I can, which is so cool.
Oh, by the way, are you on a text thread with Elon Musk and Donald Trump?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not.
All right. Well, congratulations that your boyfriend was dancing in public to you. Jared, you look like you want to say something.
He was on the New Heights podcast where he was dancing. He was
That's
so
his
happy.
show, right?
I believe it is his show, and he was so happy that his Tay-Tay got her masters back. So
Was his brother puking in a bucket while he was doing that?
It may as well have been in the background.
Who's Jason? Jason's married, right?
Yes, yeah, he's married. They have several kids too.
Yeah, and he's retired. He's no longer playing.
That's right. He retired.
All right. Travis.
Yeah, I think Travis may have one more.
Oh, by
year.
the way, not to step on you, but the Steelers just signed Aaron Rodgers for 1 year.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. But Tay-Tay, you know what?
We didn't know. Taylor didn't know.
Here's one thing, Taylor. Though Paul Stanley gets in trouble for this all the time. He often
What?
brings up stories about his former band Kiss to lead off. Now, by you bringing up that story to lead off, isn't that kind of self-serving? That's a story kind of about
Well,
you.
it
Do your
wasn't
thing,
about
Taylor.
me. It was
Taylor,
about-
Taylor, excuse
Yeah.
me, Paul Stanley here. Do your thing. Do whatever you want. And by the way, the
Thank
Steelers
you.
just signed Aaron Rodgers. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think that's great. Wow, that must be pretty exciting.
For him, for sure. Now he doesn't have to spend a whole year in a tank. What other stories do you have? I mean, what other stories do you have?
So, do you know Blake Lively?
I've heard of her. Yeah, she's married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, she was my friend,
Uh-huh.
but then she's been texting me a lot, and I've been totally ignoring her
Well, why? What's going on?
because there's a fight going on between some other friends of mine.
Cool. Who are your other friends?
Blake, you don't know? Justin Baldoni.
Oh, the movie director Justin Baldoni, who's been
Yeah.
He's been really going through a rough time with Ryan Reynolds and Blake.
Gosh.
Yeah.
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 So they brought me into it, and I was like, whoa, guys. And now my friend Blake Lively keeps texting me, and I'm like, girl, I'm busy.
Are you going to get involved? Are you going to get involved in this whole lawsuit, the back and forth, the there's going to be a trial maybe?
Gosh, I wish them the best, but definitely not. I'm just going to spend time at home with Travi and my cats and just so much money. I have so much money.
So on one of your private jet flights, your charters, have you watched It Ends With Us, the film that Justin Baldoni stars in, co-stars with?
I mean, I have
and directed.
seen it.
Yeah, he directed it
because we are friends.
Yeah.
So you have watched it. Okay, good. At least you've seen. What'd you think of it?
I just don't want any part of the drama.
Can you tell by watching it that Blake Lively was a control freak who took it over and changed everything from the director's vision?
Well, gosh, she has a very controlling personality,
Yeah.
but that's what makes the world go round.
Mhm.
So many people are different, and that's great. But you know what? I just don't want any part of the drama.
Well, money really makes everything a lot easier for people, doesn't it? You don't have to
Gosh,
get
and
involved.
I have so much.
She does. She has a lot of money, Jared.
I have so much money, Jared.
You're a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's why I did.
No, isn't that weird?
Well, when everybody was sending all their congratulatory X posts and social media posts, texts
For me?
because of you buying your masters, my takeaway from that was, hey, you're already a billionaire. I'm happy that you got your masters, but there's no need to get any more validation from anybody else. I mean, good job, Tay-Tay.
I didn't ask for the validation. People were wishing me well.
But you
just
played...
like I wish my good friend, who I'm kind of ignoring, Blake Lively.
She just needs a little validation, Tay-Tay. That's all you have to give Blake. Give her a little validation.
All right, hold on, Tay-Tay. We'll come back and get some more stories, okay? All right, thanks. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, it's great. Crash on I-285 near Truist Park, says Alex Williams.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, we see this crash. It is in the left lane, 285 westbound. Excuse me, the outer loop right at I-75, exit 20. That's just going to add to the already slow ride as you leave Georgia 400. Speaking of Georgia 400, much better news heading up toward Cumming. The crash just cleared, all lanes open, 400 northbound, Highway 141, Peachtree Parkway, exit number 13. So that'll help the ride that's already slow back to McFarland Parkway. If you're traveling 85 northbound out of DeKalb and Gwinnett County, you're going to jam in right at Chamblee Tucker Road, made worse by a crash that's cleared up near Steve Reynolds Boulevard. Traffic brought to you by Extreme Experience. Give Dad the ultimate driving experience in a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Porsche on a real racetrack. Extreme Experience hits Atlanta Motorsports Park July 10th through the 13th. Save 25% for Father's Day. ExtremeExperience.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When the news matters to you.
The FAA says the flight crew was reporting possible smoke in the flight deck.
95.5 WSB has you covered.
Beef prices are going up.
Your 24/7 news source.
They had no ties to a gang, but they were killed by
When
them.
you need the story, all you need to do is listen. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
What if your home had everything? Fitness, fun, and total relaxation all in one place. A Bullfrog Swim Spa from Brown's Pools and Spas is the ultimate backyard upgrade. Swim or soak, warm or cool, all year round. Plenty of space to exercise, play, and of course relax without taking up the entire backyard. Right now, get financing for 120 months, an instant rebate up to $2,500, and a free zero-gravity swim spa hammock. Hurry, sale ends June 16th. BrownsPools.com.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Don't miss your chance to take advantage of the Buy 4, Get 4 free sale and pay nothing until 2027. Sale ends soon, only from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Here's what you'll get at Wolfpan European Auto Repair in Roswell. honest pricing, factory-trained certified technicians, and real car lovers working on your Porsche, BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz. Just search Wolfpen Auto Repair and see the difference.
EMC Security.
Our video doorbells are handy for seeing when packages are delivered or when the kids come home or even checking to see who is at the door. But what about when something more serious happens, like a break-in or fire? That's when you'd need a monitored security system. At EMC Security, we've been protecting Georgians for almost 30 years. Still locally owned, still no contracts, and still offering monitoring from just $16.95 a month.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, Diamond Glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
All right, it's getting even crazier. Donald Trump had put on Truth Social, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. So what did Musk do? He comes back and says, in light of the president's statement about canceling my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately, which means we have to go back to paying Russia to go to space.
Oh, boy.
Well, we'll be following things as they unravel all afternoon.
I'm going to keep looking through my phone just to make sure I find the right text thread to try to get these two back together. That's
Yeah, well, if you can lock in with some of our listeners who are friends with both of them, maybe you can help on that front.
Maybe I'm in that text thread, too.
You
Maybe
might be.
that's what
You
it
don't
is.
know. You don't know.
Maybe it's just, it's asleep.
Taylor Swift, are you still with us? Do you have another story?
Hello?
Hi,
Are
Taylor.
we back?
We are back. Yeah, I know
Gosh,
you're not
those
used to doing
commercials
radio.
Were so good.
They were, weren't they?
They were so cool.
You're so
I want to
positive.
get. I love that song. Security.
Yeah. You're so positive. We could use a dose of positivity today because everything seems so negative. All right, what's your next story?
So, Aaron Rodgers was just signed to the Steelers.
All right, we heard that
guys.
already.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're going to bring up sports news there, Tay-Tay, you got to talk about our Braves. My goodness. You know,
Oh gosh,
it was
are they very strong?
No, they
Well,
suck.
No, we gave up 7 runs in the top of the 9th inning to lose today 11-10. We're now 7
Whoa.
games under
That
500.
sounds bad.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
bad.
good. It's not
Oh,
good at all,
no.
Tay-Tay.
Yeah.
I bet they're pretty bummed.
They are. I bet they're pretty bummed
Yeah,
about
they're
things.
bummed.
So.
So. But let's get back to the positivity. Do you have something happy to share with us?
Come on,
Yeah.
Tay-Tay.
Sure. Okay. So, Bjorn Ulavius
Uh-huh.
told people, an audience at South by Southwest in London, that technology's bad at lyrics, but it helped him break through the creative process. Wow.
All right, who is this person?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's
He's
helpful.
somebody. His name is Uvaeus.
Is it the
There's
guy
a lot of vowels in a row.
Sure. So is he a performer or is he a composer? What does he do?
I'm not sure. I think he's a guy. I did. I don't understand what it means.
Oh, okay. Jared, do you know?
Hey, don't worry, Taylor. You know what? I do this all the time. I know you are an absolute superstar, and I'm just a radio guy. So you're doing a great job for your first time.
He said a lot of things, and I'm not sure who he is.
Yeah, I know. It could be.
I think he's 80 years old.
It can be really
Wow.
complicated sometimes.
That's old, isn't it?
It's so old. But this is what he said. Listen, I can just tell you what he said.
Sure.
He said that AI is lousy at writing songs. He's bad at writing lyrics, but it was helpful for him because it helped him write. Okay.
Jared, can you tell me who this person is?
I can tell you.
Okay,
He's the
go.
Swedish musician, singer, songwriter, and producer, best known as a member of the musical group ABBA.
That's what I thought. Bjorn. Yeah, you can't write ABBA song.
Oh,
ABBA, probably.
And he's using AI to help write a musical.
I see. You know, he was involved in the musical Chess with Murray Head, but Jared know that already.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You guys, I was a musician since I've been a kid.
Yeah?
So I didn't do a lot of school.
Do you use a lot of AI?
No, I don't know about AI.
Are you a big fan of Murray Head?
Who?
Well, he played Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Wow. I know that play.
Yeah.
That's a really cool play.
Okay, and he sang the song One Night in Bangkok.
What is that song?
Oh, right.
Is that the song about being in Bangkok where the somebody crumbles?
Yeah. Do you have another story?
Sure.
Great.
So, do you know who Offset is?
I do. I know who Offset is.
ATL
he
Proud.
tweeted about what?
ATL Proud, Tay-Tay.
Yeah.
Don't distract her.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Easily distracted.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So what about Offset?
Okay. He took away all of his social media because he said something naughty online.
Yeah.
Except I don't really know what it means.
Well, so what happened, Tay-Tay? I can help you on this one, too, again.
Well, I have the quote.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Read the quote.
Read the quote, and then Jared will explain it.
So he was mad that his ex-girlfriend, Cardi B, who's so nice.
Yeah, she is.
That she was with her new boyfriend. There's like a guy who plays for the NFL.
That's Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. A lot of singers are dating, a lot of singers. Haley Stanfield just married Josh Allen.
I reached out to her people to see if we could take a fun phone call sometimes. But anyway, so he tweeted and he said, "Good rollout in PR." And then he deleted his account.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know why.
So Tay-Tay, what's happening here is Offset and Cardi B's relationship hasn't been healthy for a long time.
I know. But why did he say that? And then why did he delete it?
Well, he didn't so there was a video that went out on Instagram where Cardi B and Stephon Diggs were out on a yacht together partying, and I'm sure
saw
Offset probably saw that and didn't like it. And then the other thing,
but
too,
what does this quote mean? I don't get it.
Well, the quote just basically means that he's done with social media and that he's out of the game, because this also follows
Offset,
up.
don't leave us now. We need you now more than ever.
I know. I'm Team Offset
Poor
all the way
guy.
through.
He must be pretty sad.
Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, when the Knicks were in the playoffs, they were sitting courtside together too. That probably didn't feel good either, right, Tay-Tay?
Yeah.
Alex Williams says it's a slow ride through downtown.
Yes, sir, it is. Tim, 85 southbound. The brake lights find you right around Cheshire Bridge, Lennox Road, exit number 87, and it stays slow on the connector southbound all the way down to North Avenue. Improves just a tad bit, though, the closer you get to I-20. Northbound delays start 75-85 northbound from Highway 166, Langford Parkway up toward Peachtree, Pine Street. Luckily, no crashes in your way. Just allow extra time heading through the heart of the city. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. Look, I know what's important to you when you're having some additions done to your house. You want the work done with quality workmanship, on time, within your budget, and built correctly. That's why I love Ben Hill Renovations, my deck experts. Getting a new deck from Ben Hill Renovations checks all the boxes. They've been building decks for over 60 years. Every project comes with a dedicated project manager and is properly built with future county and city code requirements in mind. Plus, Ben Hill Renovations offers many options, different styles, types of wood, color, and finishes. They can also build screened-in porches, outdoor living areas, multi-story wraparounds, pretty much anything you can imagine Ben Hill Renovations can do. And they're all backed by the Ben Hill Workmanship Warranty. Set up a design consultation or swing by the new Ben Hill Renovations showroom in Douglasville and talk to one of their designers, or see them on the web at bhrenovations.com. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. There's a reason factory is in our name. It's who we've been since day one. In times of uncertainty, OMF offers something increasingly rare: stability and consistency. While others chase trends, we've stayed ahead of the curve by remaining steadfast in what truly matters: quality products, locally built, at factory direct prices. Our commitment to American-made components isn't new for us. It's what we've practiced since our founding. We carefully select domestic materials from trusted suppliers, ensuring every element of your mattress meets our exacting standards. Our skilled employees build superior two-sided mattresses right here in town, a practice many others have long since abandoned. As manufacturing landscapes shift and supply chains fluctuate, we continue doing what we've always done: create exceptional American-made mattresses, treat our customers with respect, and offer tried-and-true quality that stands the test of time. Experience the OMF difference at any of our showrooms or originalmattress.com.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 body scan offer at Virtual Imaging has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your Virtual Imaging $995 body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top story, mental health crisis teams will continue to work with Gwinnett Police after a unanimous vote by the County Commission.
Gwinnett County Commissioners approved more than $700,000 to continue funding for the Behavioral Health Unit for another year. Dr. Jeff Smith says the 7 fully staffed teams, including Gwinnett Police and licensed clinicians, are vital to responding to health emergencies without having to make arrests.
The criminal justice system was never designed for these issues, as we cannot find someone out of their bipolar disorder or jail them to correct their schizophrenia.
Last year, the unit handled over 4,200 crisis-related calls. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
83 degrees in Atlanta when we could see storms roll through. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A war of words between President Trump and Elon Musk.
I'm Linda Kenyon at the White House. The feud is escalating between President Trump and Elon Musk after Musk called the president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill an abomination. In the Oval Office, Trump said he was disappointed in Elon and then lashed out on Truth Social, saying the former head of the Department of Government Efficiency, quote, just went crazy. He also threatened the head of Tesla, posting, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts.
Musk responds on social media saying Trump is in the Epstein files and that's why they haven't been made public. President Trump says he feels like trade talks with China are in very good shape. The president confirms he had a phone call today with China's president.
We had a very good talk, and we've straightened out any complexity. It's very complex stuff, and we straighten it out.
The president also says teams from China and the U.S. will meet soon. A Good Samaritan stops 2 attempted carjackings in Marietta. 66-year-old Gary Edwards holds the 32-year-old suspect at gunpoint until police arrive to the intersection of Delk Road and Franklin Gateway. Rico Riley now faces a handful of charges, including attempted armed robbery. Money is approved for a 12-month pilot program to bring self-driving shuttles to the Beltline on a span of about 2 miles in southwest Atlanta.
There's going to be an opportunity for folks who live near the Beltline or anybody in the region or even beyond who wants to come visit the Beltline to be able to access it more easily. It creates connectivity between MARTA.
Jill Johnson with the Atlanta Beltline says they hope to launch it in time for the 2026 World Cup. In a rare unanimous decision, the Supreme Court rules in favor of a woman who says she was discriminated at work because she's straight.
Marlene Ames was a longtime employee of the Ohio Department of Youth Services, passed over for promotion, and then actually demoted, and she lost out to 2 gay people. So, she thought that was discrimination.
CBS's Jan Crawford says the court is overturning state laws which require extra proof of reverse discrimination. Now, a WSB Money update. Businesses are asked how much of higher tariff costs they plan to pass along to you, the customer.
A new survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta finds on average businesses say they expect to be able to pass along just over 51% of a 10% increase in costs and about 47% of a 25% increase in cost to their customers without harming their current demand levels. It's actually a lot lower than what they passed along in 2018 from then President Trump's earlier round of tariffs. The bankers say it suggests that consumers are so price sensitive right now that business owners can't pass through the entire cost hikes like before. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
And on Wall Street, stocks finished the day lower. The Dow losing 108 points. The S&P drops 31 today, and the Nasdaq losing 162 points. It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Still watching this crash in Cobb County on 285 westbound, the outer loop right at I-75 exit 20. It's in the right lane, adding to some delays as you make your way over from Georgia 400. If you're traveling 285 southbound, the outer loop on the west side, you're seeing the brake lights on and off through Smyrna Vinings as you leave the Truist Park region, trying to get down to I-20, the West Freeway, and into Cab 285 east and south, on and off the brakes the whole way from Ashford Dunwoody Road down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway down in Clarkston. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy for the rest of this evening, staying warm and muggy, lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, hot and humid, high 88. Watching for scattered thunderstorms late tomorrow night into early Saturday morning, lows in the low 70s. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a few storms through the afternoon, high 86.
It's 78 in Sandy Springs, 81 in East Point, and 84 in Cartersville. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
You know the best part about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house, right? Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling. Summer is here. Don't let HVAC problems ruin your fun. Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. Ready to stay cool this summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today and keep your home cool and comfortable all summer long. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
George Stein literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. Let him represent you. GeorgeStein.com.
Attention men. Are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Hey, when are y'all going to get to the real news? I mean, what has happened to my country? My Braves country.
I know, buddy. I feel
Giving
you.
up 7 in the 9th to lose by 1.
Taylor brought it up there for a second for you. Again,
Yeah, but she had to go count her money. She told me, she texted me in the thread with Trump and Elon. She said, I have to count my money now. It was nice of her to let us know.
It was very nice. I mean, and for those Braves fans out there, it's tough, but I know that what people are thinking, that now is the time to panic. Don't panic yet.
Right.
It's 7 games under 500.
Yeah, don't panic yet. Who's in first place in that division? The Mets?
The Mets, I believe, are still in first. So
Yeah.
it's not looking good.
Where are the Braves?
The Braves are in
Last?
either third or fourth.
Okay,
They're definitely not last. Tomorrow.
Well, there's what? Only four teams, right?
5 teams per
Oh,
division.
5, okay.
In Major League Baseball.
Okay.
I saw that the Marlins had the lowest attendance of any game ever. They only had 175 fans in the last
Fans?
in the crowd.
There are people with nothing to do.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, they were playing the Rockies too, which the Rockies are just.
They should
abysmal.
contract. Major League Baseball should contract. That would make the game better.
They're talking about how they want to expand.
Yes,
at
I
least-
know
at
they
least
are.
2 more teams.
So more crappy baseball, more bad pitching, more bad hitting. If they contracted, then there would be competitive teams like they used to happen.
Well, what's happening now, especially with our Braves, so we are, just to confirm, we are
Braves.
We are in 4th place, 2 games behind the Nationals, 11.5 games behind the first place Mets. I know
Season's over, right?
No, but now there's so many wild card teams.
When's the All-Star break?
All-Star break is here in Atlanta, and I believe it's the 2nd week of July.
Okay, 2nd week in July, and it's here in Atlanta. That gives them some time to rest and come back and just go on a tear.
Yeah, I would say if we're in this same position at the All-Star break, then it's time to probably make some
I
big
love
changes.
that you pay attention to baseball still. And there was a time in my life where if you asked me, I knew everything that was going on. But now I haven't watched one game this year, and I feel terrible about it.
It's very frustrating to watch this team from what I have seen. Number one, the TV package is difficult to watch. And then number two, when you do watch this team, they're just missing that spark that they've had from so many years. And they'll figure it out. I've gotten so many texts throughout the show. People are like, when are you going to talk about the Braves? When are you going to talk about the Braves? And my whole takeaway is number one, like, don't panic yet. I know people want to panic. We were 7 games under 500 to start the
panicking.
season.
Can't you hear it through the phone?
Oh, I definitely hear. Oh, she is definitely panicking.
Didn't know what
over
to
there.
do.
But if we're at the All-Star break and we're 7 games or lower, we're in trouble then. That's kind of my marker there.
Well, maybe they'll go on a tear. That's all we can pray for.
That's all. You're right, Tim. That's all we can pray for. Hey, the Elon Musk Trump war is getting weirder, Tim. There's
more. I just saw some new tweets. Do you have them over there? Or X post, or whatever the hell you call
this
them.
Is from Elon here. He posted this 11 minutes ago. The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. That's what Elon just posted on his X account.
Yeah, why didn't he say that 3 weeks ago?
I know, right? Like, this is just, I mean,
What is he, Jake Tapper?
May as well be at this point, going after saying that he's going to be in the Epstein files. Apparently, Trump is supposed to speak later on this afternoon, too. So you know that Trump is not going to hold back.
Where is he supposed to speak?
I believe he's speaking from the White House. I'm not sure if it's with a world leader or not, but he is going to speak later on.
Oh, I thought he already had.
Yeah,
today.
he spoke earlier, and
I just need to do it again to talk about Elon. I don't like Elon. Elon's not a good guy.
Just got to get it off your chest there, right?
He has truth since this all started popping off on Twitter. He said, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. It's one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. And goes on.
Get out of here. It's the best thing they've ever seen. Way better than the bills.
I love that he like narrates his own thing for you.
Yeah.
It's like he puts this stuff in your brain for you so that you don't have to think it. It's like, I did this thing. It was the greatest thing. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever done. I've got this. You know what I mean? It just puts it in your brain for you.
CNN has a crawl right now saying that Musk is calling for Trump's impeachment. I haven't seen that yet.
This is referring to Ian Miles Chong, who's
that guy. Where does he live? Singapore?
He loves Elon. Yeah, he lives in Singapore. And
yeah.
He's kind of like an Elon sycophant. He tweeted out that Trump should be impeached and J.D. Vance should be made president. And Elon replied,
We're not going to have a fat president with a beard.
Elon replied to that, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? That ain't going to happen.
No, I know that there's been a tiff going on in the White House for a while between, I think it was always Marco Rubio and Elon Musk. I feel like, Marco Rubio represents more of the establishment part of the Republican Party and has kind of shifted into the,
He's fallen into the magosphere a little bit.
A little bit, but just because he says things like, I want to make America great by doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, when you look at what his policies were, he was always still kind of an establishment Republican, which, you can say what you want about establishment Republicans.
This Ian, what's his name again?
Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah, Ian Miles Chong. He got paid $250,000 to promote by DeSantis's campaign when he was running to promote DeSantis. So, but this guy isn't even an American. So I don't know why he's such a huge influencer on X or Twitter as it used to be.
He's on Elon's X and he loves Elon. So
he does love
a little boost.
He got retweeted today. All right, do we have any more stories? We're going to go back to what's the buzz. There's tons of stories.
Yes, I'm going to start local here because there's a lot of restaurant stories here. Hooters is closing several locations in Georgia, the ones that are going to impact us the most here, especially Autumn when she comes back.
I love how you put that. Oh, no. The impact.
Oh, wow. They just haven't been the same since that local Hooters closed.
Yeah.
To our friends in Douglasville, your location's closing.
What am I going to do now?
I know. You're going to have to
Where am I take my son to look at boobies?
Duluth, the ones, if you live up in the Duluth area, your Hooters is going to close. And probably the most iconic one, the one that I have
the one in Midtown or downtown.
The one that I have those memories in is the one in downtown. Like
yeah.
That, I mean, during like Dragon Con or anytime.
That's where you lost your virginity.
In the bathroom.
Leaving a sporting event. I have posted
from a
up at that
waitress,
Hooters
Yeah, I know.
multiple times after sporting events because it was one of the few places that stayed open late, and it was better than Hard Rock. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll go over there.
15 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, actually, Hooters actually had really good food. Now, you did go there for two things. You went there to drink beer that you could afford. You went there to eat the food. But you also, if you were a guy, you went there to look at the women that worked there. And that's just the truth. The problem with Hooters is that they, like other franchises, not fast food, but of that quality, they expanded way too much. They oversaturated. You know, you have one or two locations that people want to go to, wait in line for, get in there and eat. But that's how you maintain the buzz. They just opened way too many, and now they're contracting. I don't think that they're going to go out of business.
No, I don't think they will either. I think that there still is kind of a place for them to exist.
Right.
But what is sad about that brand is, I mean, really, like, I actually liked Hooters wings a lot. I actually thought they were pretty good.
I like the Schmoisters Rockefeller. They got rid of those. I haven't been back since.
Ew, you got oysters at Hooters?
They were fried.
Yeah.
Oh no, they weren't. They were baked with cheese and bacon.
Rockefeller. Yeah.
Yeah, they're Schmoisters.
I never knew that Hooters.
Well, they took them off the menu. Too many people getting sick, I guess.
I guess so.
Maybe that's why.
But,
I never did.
But you would think like a location like the downtown one would get enough foot traffic to stay open.
Yeah, but if you're downtown, you're not going to Hooters.
I think also with all the development that's happening around Underground and all the
Hard Rock still open?
Hard Rock is still open as of right
With
now.
Their delicious food?
Oh, yeah. Only the best at Hard Rock. Remember the times when you would go to cities and you would collect the Hard Rock shirt?
No.
That was like...
Well, I didn't go to cities when I was a kid. Not very often.
Did your parents... So, like, my parents, when they would go on their trips, they would bring me back the Hard Rock shirts all the time. That brand has really gone down. I would not be surprised to see that one closed down.
My dad used to go to Myrtle Beach, and when I was younger, I would go with them. But as I got older in high school, I wouldn't go. But they would bring back stuff like that, like the Panama Jack, and then the Hooters.
Yeah.
The Hooters
yeah, Panama Jack. Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah, well, every kid wanted one of those shirts when I was a kid, up north.
And it's sad.
Stop by and see Pedro on your way home.
Oh yeah, that's south of the border.
I know.
Yeah.
I love that you can still see like the decrepit old signs where all the paint is chipped off, and it's just that smiling. See Pedro.
Pedro's got a petting zoo. Pedro's got alligators. Pedro's got all these things.
There's an empty building that used to be a casino. Yeah. For the longest time. But Hooters, that is their main problem. They oversaturated. They got too many. And much like baseball, the talent wasn't as good when there were less.
Yeah, and now I don't know. Their philosophy is going forward, they want to have a more inclusive brand, which sounds good.
What does that mean?
On paper,
Are
exactly.
they going to have men?
I guess.
In shorts?
They may. They
really
may.
tight shorts?
I don't know. I mean, when you say inclusive.
That's still for men.
Again.
By the way.
That's true. Certain different ones.
Uh-huh.
Again, it sounds like a good idea to write the word inclusive in your press release.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, though.
It turns me off.
Are people really going to be turned on to go to Hooters still, if that's the case?
You
I don't know.
get turned on until you're there, Jared.
I guess you're right,
You
sir.
ain't putting it together right. Hey, I-20 is getting slower toward Lithonia, says Alex Williams.
That is right, Tim. We are looking for a new crash. I-20 eastbound out there in DeKalb County past Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68 in the work zone. That is slow in the ride as you leave I-285. If you're traveling I-20 westbound on the West Freeway, you're on and off the brakes starting right around MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, trying to head out to Lithia Springs, breaking free past Highway 78. That is, Thornton Road, exit number 44. And they just cleared a stall. All lanes back open. 285 northbound, the inner loop on the west side at Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. That'll help improve the delays that stretch back to Highway 166. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic hits.
I-75 completely shut down north and south between McDonough and Locust Grove.
The Triple
Team Traffic Center has you
covered.
Brake lights fill in on 316 westbound at Sugarloaf Parkway.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Heavy police fire department activity.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
So here's a thought. What if selling your house meant you didn't just get paid once, but twice? Sounds nice, right? That's exactly what Orchard does. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler, and I'm telling you, this is different. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home, so you can go ahead and buy your next one now. No stress, no where are we going to live in the meantime drama. And while you're moving in, getting cozy, arguing over where the couch goes, Orchard is busy getting your old place ready to sell. They handle the cleanup, the fix-ups, the showings, even upgrades that can raise the price. And here's the kicker. When it sells for more, which happens a lot, you get that extra money too. So yeah, first payday comes when you buy, second one comes when your old place sells. Not bad, right? Want to check it out? Just head to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com and get a free home valuation. No pressure, just a smarter, easier way to move. That's Orchard.
Looking for the perfect engagement ring? At Shane Company, we know this is an exciting time. It can also be overwhelming. Customers say this a lot. Where do I start? How do I choose? At Shane Company, this is where the magic happens. Since 1929, we've been experts at helping customers find the perfect engagement ring. We invite you into the design process, help you pick out the perfect diamond or colorful gemstone, and choose a style that speaks to you. Come see us in store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable, nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
When insurance companies play games, the strong arm wins. Hey, it's Smilin' Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates. If you've been injured in a wreck, don't try to take on the insurance companies alone. They'll toy with you and try to pay you the least amount possible. John Foy has an experienced and winning team that knows how to beat them at their own game. A simple call to the strong arm can get you the money you're entitled to. Pay nothing up front and get your free case evaluation at johnfoy.com.
Tim had a question asking why didn't Elon say all this stuff 3 to 4 weeks ago? Because he was in his back pocket, silly. He don't need him anymore. I guess they don't need each other, and inevitably they're two just incredibly horrible people. But at the same time, they should just kiss. Mwah!
Yeah, why don't they just?
I'm with that guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Maybe if they got into like a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
And then they start, they just accidentally kiss.
The makeup sex is always the best part of an argument.
It always is weird to me when you see two people that are about to fight how close they get to each other, and it does look like they're like
it's very sexual.
Yeah, it's awkward.
They're being like the most masculine in what they perceive for themselves as like the least gay, but I'm like, oh, they're gonna kiss.
Yeah, they're sometimes it feels like they're just centimeters from each other's mouths, and you're like,
well, even the S talk ends up being kind of sexual. Like, I'm gonna this you, and I'm gonna do this to you.
You're right, Autumn. It so does.
Like, what else are you gonna do to me? Oh, no. Are we gonna fight?
You guys know Albert Brooks? Do you guys know Albert Brooks?
Yes.
Actor, comedian Albert Brooks.
Albert Einstein.
I can't believe that he's still on X, but kudos to him. He says, when Kanye West is the one pleading for Trump and Musk to make up, the world is officially bat-ass crazy.
That's true.
That is a well-written X post.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to come out of all this.
I mean,
it's a weird day. I would love to know what Shelley Winter thinks.
I know George is following along very well
he's
with
obsessed.
with the Truth Social posts from Trump and then the X posts from Elon. So as they come in, we will bring them to you live.
Oh, we will.
Doctrine.
Yeah, if you're not on social media, you're getting it today.
Yeah, because it's just. I mean, this is one of those stories that's just going to carry throughout the show, and the open mics have been great.
The big beautiful breakup. That's what Jared calls it. The big beautiful breakup.
Yes. Just a quick update. The latest is Elon Musk tweeted out the kind of video that if you've paid attention to politics, you've seen it. It's Trump kind of canoodling with Epstein and
From
hanging out at a party.
1992.
Yeah, but he's tweeted it out. It's it's the update.
And then right underneath that tweet is a picture of him with Giselle Maxlane or whatever. What is her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
You're saying a picture of Elon with Ghislaine
Yes,
Maxwell. Yeah, so
yes.
They've both been friendly.
Yeah, they all those people travel in the same circles.
Right. It makes this even weirder. Is this even real? What's going on?
Yeah,
it's definitely real.
George's going to lose his mind. Yes, it's actually happening. The power couple that were running the country for 4 or 5 months.
Again,
they broke up.
I know Autumn disagrees with me on this one, but they were the best of bros for a long time. These two were hanging out all the
you
time.
Understand what bro or friendship means because they just cared about money, making and power.
Because I pay attention to politics. They
well, look at you.
They seemed closer than just politics. I think that's why you're seeing more of the emotions coming out now, because it does feel like a breakup that's happening between the two of them.
The big beautiful Brokeback Bill.
Is that what you're saying, Jared?
I can't quit you, Elon.
I can't quit you. I wish I could quit you, but I can't. Look at there's your horse staring into the tent, wondering what's going on.
What they need to do is they need to go to one of these Hooters before they close. Go together, get some wings, go grab a couple beers together, maybe one punch here, one punch there, and then
right in the arm.
Yeah, and then everything will be all right in the world. Isn't that right, Tim?
Yes, well, everything is all right in the world when you laugh, and now we have a pair of tickets to help you laugh. A pair of tickets to see comedian Chris DiStefano on Thursday, October 23rd at the Tabernacle. Be calling number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Alex Williams says, new trouble making the tide worse through downtown.
Gotta love autocorrect, don't you? We're traveling 75-85 southbound. A new stall reported thanks to our traffic trooper Sean. It's in the center lane right next to Center Park Stadium, GSU Stadium there, and it's just making the ride even worse. On 75 South, you're jammed in at Moores Mill. Now 400 South slows back at Lennox Road, so the long, slow ride as you make your way south of I-20. Northbound delays, Highway 166 up into Midtown. And check it on new trouble in DeKalb County in the work zone, 20 eastbound past Wesley Chapel Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton here with Atlanta Vision Institute's very own Dr. Ashraf, who is one of the most experienced eye surgeons in the country. Dr. Ashraf, we've all watched the news and the economy is uncertain, but failing eyesight isn't. And if you've held back due to finances, we've got good news for you, don't we?
Yes, Belinda, as you know, our eyesights degrade as we age. And with the laser optics procedure, that resets all of that. And most of my patients go most of the day without glasses. They can even read their phone without glasses. And in terms of the economy, most of these patients, their medical insurance can cover most of the costs. And if it doesn't, we have a lot of good financing options for this procedure.
That's awesome, Dr. Ashraf. I urge you to take the quiz to see if you're a candidate. Go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
The Lloyd Advisory Group has a question for you. Is your retirement inflation-proof? Here's what we mean. In retirement, chances are you're on a fixed income with unpredictable expenses. So how do you not run out of money when the cost of just about everything continues to go up? You inflation-proof it. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group can show you ways to help fight inflation so it doesn't outpace your income. Call us today at 770-766-5611. Inflation could take a huge chunk out of your retirement savings, but it doesn't have to. With some simple planning, inflation can go from being a major disruption to a minor annoyance. Call Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group now to start inflation-proofing your retirement today. 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
The local folks at Breda Pest Management know my house inside and out, and they've customized a unique plan that stops bugs and critters. Hey friends, it's Mark Aram. With Breda, it's always a familiar local person servicing my home and answering my calls. Never an irritating automated call center. Breda cares more. They're our neighbors, and they'll work harder for you. Doing it better is what the Breda family does. Get started at BREDAPest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by North Georgia Replacement Windows. Our top local story, a Good Samaritan comes to the rescue to stop 2 attempted carjackings in Marietta. WSB's Jonathan O'Brien reports live. The suspect is now locked up. And we will get back with Jonathan here momentarily. Right now, 84 degrees in Atlanta. When does the line of storms arrive? And do we get out of this rainy pattern anytime soon? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. 2 men are in the hospital after a shooting near Greenbrier Mall. Atlanta police say both men were alert, conscious, and breathing when they were taken away. The shooting did not happen on mall property. The victims were found in a car in the parking lot. The mall remains open at this hour. Driverless cars are coming to Atlanta's West End community.
The Atlanta Beltline Board has approved a $3 million plan for 2 projects, and one of them brings autonomous cars to MARTA's West End MARTA station. Jill Johnson with the Beltline says the whole goal is providing better transportation options to residents in the West End area.
Helping people get to their jobs, to hang out with friends, to see their family, and make it easier to get them where they want to go.
The autonomous shuttles will make stops along a roughly 2-mile route, which includes the Atlanta University Center and Liam White Entertainment District, which is adjacent to West Side Trail. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
Now let's get back with WSB's Jonathan O'Brien, who reports live on a Good Samaritan who comes to the rescue to stop 2 attempted carjackings in Marietta.
Yeah, Bill, and it's a pretty remarkable story. Gary Edwards and his wife Anna were leaving dinner at the Cracker Barrel on Delk Road Monday night when he says they heard a woman screaming at a gas station across the street and saw a man trying to carjack her.
Really hazy because it all happened so quick. I run up, basically tackle the guy or knock him down. There's a little scuffle there. He starts running back towards Delk Road.
Police say the suspect, Rico Riley, then tries to carjack another family at the intersection, but Edwards is on the trail now, armed with his wife's gun.
I draw the gun on him, tell him step away from the car and get down. And really, that's it. I hold him for 3 minutes or so, flat on the ground, until the police show up.
No one was seriously injured in either incident. Edwards says that he's relieved that he didn't have to use the gun. The suspect is jailed and now facing a slew of felony charges. Reporting live in Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Mental health crisis response teams will remain on the streets in Gwinnett County. Commissioners unanimously approved more than $700,000 to continue paying for the behavioral health unit for another year. Dr. Jeff Smith says they do great work.
Behavioral health unit of the Gwinnett County Police Department is a model for law enforcement agencies across the country. Their reported 99% deferral rate is nothing short of amazing.
The money will go towards 7 fully staffed teams that pair with Gwinnett County police officers. Residents in Sandy Springs may pay less for water. A judge rules in favor of homeowners who Sandy Springs Mayor Rusty Paul says are paying too much for the water they get from Atlanta.
And they've been charging us a surcharge of about 21% over the base rate that they charge. And the law
in certain cases, allows for a surcharge.
The city of Atlanta plans to fight the judge's decision. Paul says he hopes to sit down with Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens soon to work things out before there is a court order. A federal judge is blocking the Trump administration from suspending operations at Job Corps centers across the country. It comes after the Department of Labor announced last month it would end operations at the centers. Yesterday, we told you about the city of South Fulton leaders speaking out against the elimination of the job training program for at-risk youth. An Ackworth police officer is a hero. She saves a man's life using a specialized device.
The man called 911 saying he was choking and couldn't breathe. Within 60 seconds, Corporal Tamara Sievertson arrived on scene and instantly jumped into action, grabbing her LifeVac device. The department purchased the devices for all of its officers last year. They're used to clear items from a choking victim's airway. She quickly got to work and was able to remove a bottle cap from the man's throat. He's expected to make a full recovery. It's the second time Corporal Sievertson has saved a life. Last year, she rescued a woman at an assisted living facility using the device. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Better news for those traveling southbound through the heart of the city. Hero unit cleared up that stall 75-85 southbound just below I-20 exit 247, but it has not helped the ride. 75 southbound still jammed in starting in northwest Atlanta below Moores Mill, 400 from Lenox, 85 from the 400 merge. Northbound delays from Langford Parkway up into Midtown. Had earlier trouble into cab I-20 eastbound past Wesley Chapel Road exit 68. Looks like that's out of travel lanes, but you're still slow leaving I-285. And on the West Freeway, 20 westbound, seeing that merging madness leaving I-285, but those delays start to improve once you get out toward a Thornton Road exit 44 in Lithia Springs. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Overnight lows in the mid-60s to low 70s. Tomorrow, hot and humid with a high of 88. Partly cloudy through the afternoon and evening, but watching for a line of thunderstorms to arrive after sunset, and those storms may produce some damaging wind gusts before midnight. Saturday, mostly cloudy, watching for another thunderstorm cluster with some damaging winds, high 86. Sunday, mostly cloudy with scattered pop-up storms, high 82. Monday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 85.
83 in Snellville, 79 in Villa Rica, 85 in Canton. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with a congratulations to Johnny Eason of Cartersville, who picked up 2 tickets to see Chris I still can't say the
DiStefano.
name. 4 days. DiStefano. Thank you, Jared. 2 tickets to see comedian Chris DiStefano Thursday, October 23rd at the Tabernacle. If you didn't win, we have one more shot tomorrow, and you can buy them, of course, on sale now at livenation.com. But, there's more. It is 5 o'clock, and what does that mean? It is the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. We have today and tomorrow in the 5 o'clock hour your chance to win during the Von Hessler Doctrine. This hour's keyword is super, S-U-P-E-R, super. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is super, S-U-P-E-R, as in, I can't wait to see the new Superman movie.
Or the rivalry between Elon Musk and Donald Trump is super.
Super nuts.
Or, kids, get in the house. It's time for super.
No. That's supper, and that has 2
Oh.
P's. This word has 1 P. And remember, if somebody calls you, be nice to them.
That's right. Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
I just said that to make fun of you.
You know what it is? Too many times, poor Chris or poor Abby here at WSB, when they call, people are like, what? And when they answer the phone, they're like, oh, you just won $1,000. And okay.
Yeah, I would hang up on him. I would hang up on him.
We want you to be excited for winning the $1,000 for the WSB 5K a day bonus splits, and we hope that it is one of you beautiful people here in the metro
area. Couple more chances tomorrow, and
That's
then
right.
Also with us at 5 o'clock. But today's word is super, S-U-P-E-R.
Got some more open mics and some feedback on my X account here.
Why can't these two just Rochambeau and call it a day?
That would make things a lot easier.
Sure.
That's rock, paper, scissors, right?
Yes.
Little rock, paper, scissors make things easy, and then
Rochambeau is like you go around in a circle and like. Is that okay? No.
I don't know. I just said yes to keep it moving, Autumn.
Oh shoot! Okay. Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's rock, paper, scissors. Check me on that one, George.
How do you spell it?
It is.
Okay, good. Thank you, George.
See, I was right.
No, it's fine, Autumn. You can apologize to me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Autumn the
Man, if Eric
derailer.
was here, he'd have been so pissed.
Autumn the derailer.
Yeah.
Well, Matt's going to bring us back on track on
Sure,
our X
okay.
account. He says, at Jared, Vladimir Putin has offered to negotiate a peace deal between President Trump and Elon Musk. That's pretty great, Matt.
I will end the rift, the day after I win my next election.
Thank you, Vlad. I appreciate that. We need all the help that we can get to get.
Nobody's paying any attention to me. I just pulled off an amazing thing with my drones.
You did it. There were a lot of stories this morning about you, Volodymyr Zelensky.
Yes.
But now,
3 years ago, my name was Vladimir, but now it's Volodymyr. And I lived in Kiev, but now I live in Kiev.
But now, you know what? Your story is now like page, if you were to look at the old school newspaper, you're like page 8 or page 9, how far down you've fallen after watching this feud and all the news that's broken today.
There's got to be other news.
Oh, ton of things that have happened, especially in the Trump world. Let me just get to a couple of things real quick that we were going to cover in the Trump world. Number one, Trump spoke with President Xi of China and said it was a very good call, and he's hoping to work on the tariff deal. That was something that would have probably been a top story today. The fact that they're actually talking, that's a good thing. Another big story, this broke last night. Trump issued a new travel ban covering 12 countries. A lot of them you're not surprised with: Haiti, Chad. I think.
What's wrong with Chad? That's where all the bros come from.
Well, that's what it is. There's
we have too many bros. Too many bros. We have enough. We don't need any more bros.
Too many bros here in the U.S. So that would have, I think, that would have been another big Trump story until this feud broke down. And then it is official that Trump is attending the musical Les Mis in next week. So it is official that he
Master of the house, keeper of the zoo, ready to relieve him of a zoo or two.
So
Do you think he's Team Javert?
He loves Javert. He loves the musical. Yeah. It's one of his favorites. He probably went and saw it all the time when he was living.
If you commit a crime,
yes,
you're evil. That's all you have to say.
No. I'm not Team Javert. I'm Team Jean Valjean. Look, his family was hungry. Okay. When your family's hungry, you'll do anything to get them a loaf of bread.
I believe that if you're good, you're good, and you're bad, you're bad.
Well, look, the world isn't that black and white, Elon. Let me tell you this. I might be on a bunch of lists, but look, I would have taken the candlesticks and all the beautiful silver, from the priest, and then if I got caught, the priest would let me go, and then I would go start a whole new life. I'd go find a little girl that I don't know and bring her to Paris, and we would live in a nunnery. A nunnery.
Nunnery.
They don't have that in the musical, the nunnery.
Oh, they don't?
No, they don't. Where do they go? They just go in hiding?
No, they go to a nunnery. In the book, they go live
No, I know in the book. I'm saying in the musical.
They don't say. He's just all of a sudden the mayor, and he owns this factory.
No, that's before.
Oh, yeah,
he owns
you're right.
the factory and stuff before. And then he has to escape.
Yeah.
He goes and finds Cosette.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, she's grown up, and now it's time for the French
Let me
Revolution.
handle this. And Cosette falls in love with Marius, and Marius falls in love with her. Love at first sight. We love at first sight, like me and Elon. What have I done, Elon? What have I done? Become a thief in the night, become a dog in the run. Look, I've fallen so far, and is the hour so late that all that remains are the cries of my hate, the cries in the dark that nobody hears. Here where I stand at the turning of the years.
Stars in the
Oh, there's so much you can do with this stupid thing. Go ahead.
I know. I'm glad that we.
Is he going to see it? This is the one where all the people aren't going to perform. Did they find people?
Marjorie Taylor Greene is the innkeeper's wife. Or I'll forget to be nice.
Well, then who would be the innkeeper? Who would be singing Master of the House?
It would be, maybe it's...
that would be that Senator John Kennedy.
Yeah.
Master of the House.
Never mind.
Extra for the mice.
Yes.
Charging for the lice, extra for the mice, 2% for sleeping in the mirror, or looking in the mirror twice.
We need to make this, Tim.
Yeah, we know.
I think this is a good idea. This is a very good idea.
Can AI do it so I don't have to do any of the heavy lifting?
Well, you've got it.
I want to sing it, though.
Well, you can sing it. I can't sing.
You guys have got it.
You do sing. You sing well.
Oh, thank you so much.
You've got until June 11th when it actually happens. But I remember the last time we talked about it here on the show, he was considering going. Now it's official, and the Vances are going as well, too.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go if they were going.
That changes everything.
The Vances. But a lot of the performers, they were going to quit or boycott the performance.
Correct.
So what do? Just find a bunch of people who are like, I'll take the paycheck.
You know what? Believe it or not, in the NPR article, it doesn't say whether or not the whether I guess they must have worked something out with the current actors, because it doesn't say that any of them are going to step out. Because you're right, that was the initial angle, was that people were upset that the president and the vice president were going to see Les Mis. But
I think it's interesting that they would do that. I mean, it's like, you're an adult. You can make your own decisions.
Yes.
But you don't know the politics of every person that you're performing
No,
for.
you don't know
You're
them at
probably
all.
performing for some like hardcore jerks.
Yeah.
So you don't know. You should just like quit every show because you don't have like the perfect audience.
That's right. Thank you, Autumn. And that's how I feel. Exactly how I feel. And after we do Les Mis, we're going to do Cats.
yeah, I'm thinking about all the Trump supporters that I've heard.
Magical Mr. Mustafali.
I know that.
Do we love him? We do.
I know that I've heard on. It's been absolutely wild listening to this, but I've heard several callers into Hannity's show talking about
Why
how,
are you listening to Hannity's show?
Well, just because I'm driving. I always listen to WSB. WSB is my favorite radio station, so I've got it on all the time.
You do. You don't drive around listening to podcasts. You drive around listening to Sean Hannity.
I listen to Shelley
Thank you,
Winter,
Jared. You're
Chris-
so great. I don't know where I'm going to land on this. I always support Trump. You know, Elon Musk's had a few good things to say, but anyway.
Chris Chandler, and then also coming in on Saturday, right before my nightcap, is Hannity. So oftentimes I hear the Hannity show coming in, and
sure you do.
And the and the interesting thing that I've heard, especially with Elon now, because for the longest time, conservatives were against electric cars, and conservatives didn't like.
I love my Tesla.
Didn't like Tesla, but now this feud's going on. I heard a lot of what you would expect to be conservative callers calling into the Hannity show, saying how much they love their Tesla, saying how good the pickup is, and saying, like, you know, that it goes from 0 to 60 way faster than a gas combustion engine.
Hey, Sean, I'm getting rid of my Tesla.
Yeah.
I know a lot of your callers like the Tesla, but I'm getting rid of mine. I'm going to get a Prius. That's a MAGA car.
So are we now going to live in an era, guys, where both liberals are trashing Teslas and conservatives are trashing Teslas because of what's going on?
His stock is tanking today.
Oh, it's way down. But I mean, you know,
What car you have should not be political.
That's why I drive a Nissan. Nobody
well,
cares.
what about a Subaru? Come on, Subarus have a
That's
statement.
not political. That's lifestyle.
That is a statement that you think they make. It's not necessarily
Sure.
true. There's sturdy cars that last a long time.
Sure.
Can't
We'll
go wrong with Japanese vehicles. I can tell you that right now.
I agree. And Korean.
Yes, the Kias and anything from that part of the world, their cars are generally pretty good. I had a BMW a long time ago, and I thought, oh, wow, this is really cool. And then it drove really well after I bought it. And then, oh, it's maintenance time. Yeah, that's $250 every single time you walk in there. I'm like, oh, I can't wait till this thing dies.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, having to pay
Bring this
$200.
up with Greg. I think he has a German car that is extremely difficult to repair.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to take apart a huge section of the vehicle in order to reach
Change the
one
headlight.
thing
Yeah.
to change.
Well, that's every car now. They want you to go and have somebody else do it.
That's why you get an American car.
That's right.
At
You
my
get
Kia, I sneak in all kinds of places. I replaced my own filters. I put in my own little light
and you have
bulbs.
little hands.
Whoa, look at you, Autumn.
She has tiny little girl hands.
She's a little mechanic. Okay.
Yeah.
I got
arthritis. I had long press-ons on, and I replaced my battery.
I wish we had an applause sound effect, but we don't have that. We do have
Silent.
Alex
I thought you'd
Williams.
be impressed.
We do have
Autumn, that's an interesting observation.
I got that for you.
There, that's all we need. Alex Williams says he's watching brake lights on I-75 between Marietta and Kennesaw.
Yeah, part of that is due to trouble I just saw pull away from the right shoulder in Kennesaw, I-75 northbound, up around Chastain Road, exit 271. Those brake lights on I-75 north, those start back pretty heavy right around Delk Road as you make your way up into Marietta and Kennesaw. Southbound also slow, leaving Highway 5, trying to ramp onto the slow I-285 southbound ride. If you're traveling on Georgia 400 northbound, a few brake lights in Sandy Springs from 285 up toward Northridge. 85 northbound sluggish between Norcross and Duluth. And it looks like a crash on 985 northbound in Gwinnett County up around Friendship Road, exit 8, slowing the ride from Buford Drive. Traffic brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. Win millions playing Powerball in store or online at galottery.com, so you can finally vacation to that luxurious island, or you could just buy it only from the Georgia Lottery. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
I feel for you if you've been working from home.
Local.
They're suing the landlord. The lawsuit filed in Cobb County Superior
Getting
Court.
you through your
It's
morning.
good stuff for this show. It's good stuff for the radio station.
Mark Arrow.
That's about all I ask.
Mark Arrow.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 6/22/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Back by popular demand, D. Geller & Son Jewelers Watches and Whiskey event is next weekend, June 13th through 15th, only at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we're celebrating summer and Father's Day by bringing in an incredible variety of new and pre-owned luxury Swiss timepieces. Fan favorites like Tissot and Omega, showstoppers like Rolex and Breitling, and while you're browsing, enjoy complimentary whiskey tastings thanks to Old Fourth Distillery. It's next weekend, June 13th through 15th. Learn more at dgeller.com.
As we dive into summer, it's good to know that Georgia Power has a variety of resources to help you save money and find assistance for your energy bills. This is Scott Slade. The Georgia Power My Power Usage Alerts can send you email updates on how much energy you're using. Just go to georgiapower.com/usage and log into your account. For income qualified customers, there are discounts available when you meet certain criteria. There's even a community assistance and resource locator that can help. Find out more at georgiapower.com/assistance.
City of Hope, a place where seemingly impossible blood cancers become treatable, curable. With more than 19,000 bone marrow transplants performed, we're the largest and most successful program in the U.S., making major breakthroughs in treating leukemia, lymphoma, and rare blood cancers, personalizing a treatment plan right down to your DNA. Now the experts striving to make the impossible a reality are closer to home. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated doors. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Get $200 cash for your old entry door, too. It's cashed for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Convenient, free in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404-USA Door.
I got an idea, Tim Andrews. How about use AI to create a diss rap song by Donald Trump, and then Elon can do another diss rap song against Trump. You know, Elon and Trump rivalry diss raps. That would be cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Earlier in the show, I made a metal song, AI song just from Musk's tweets, from his X posts. So
Are we gonna hear it?
I don't know. It's up to Jared.
I don't have it.
I'm just asking for your permission. We don't have to hear it right now.
I'd love to hear it.
You want to hear it?
If George has got it, yeah, let's play it. Absolutely.
Right.
I want to hear this.
Will increase the deficit to 2.5 trillion.
Good beat. Shredding.
If you're wondering why your taxes keep going up, Keeps finding new ways to waste your money, dog. Is still fighting to cut the fat, but Congress seems to love that pork.
It's pretty much just this treat.
Federal Reserve is sitting on $300 trillion in assets. Why don't we audit that before Congress tries to ram through another bloated spending bill? This bill was never shown to me, even once it was passed. In the dead of night, so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. Is it time to create a new political party? In America that actually represents the 80% in the middle. I think it's time we had a president who doesn't need to be babysat by a bunch of unelected experts and can actually make decisions based on what's best for the country.
Yeah. There we go.
There
I
you
like
go.
that. See, that was good. Why were you were hesitating?
I don't
there then?
know. I don't know. Because I hadn't listened to the whole thing, but it was good. The AI, they do make good metal songs and good country songs, but that's about it.
It literally went linear too. It was linear with Elon's X posts.
Well, yeah, I made it that way. And when I
That was
asked,
smart.
yeah, and I, you know what I used? I used Grok to. I said, hey, write this in lyrical form, and it did.
I'm
And
sure-
But first, it rhymed everything, and I said, don't do that. It's
I'm
dumb.
sure Elon, since he has all the algorithms, like prioritize this, prioritize these kind of posts that promote me.
Yes.
One more.
What's your other? Yeah. What's your other open mic?
One more open mic from the WSB radio app.
Hey guys, Japanese, yes. Korean, no. Stay away from Korean cars. They're bad.
Oh, Autumn.
I've heard people that own Korean cars love them, especially the
Yeah.
Kia stuff.
Yeah,
What are
I
the
love
other
my
ones?
Kia. I have had whatever. just a
Hyundai?
bunch of other Asians.
Yeah,
Hyundais are
Hyundai.
good.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget, you still have time. It's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. This hour's keyword is super. That's SUPER. Still have time. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Super. SUPER. Use in a sentence if you're feeling happy. I'm feeling happy. Today's show has been super. Oh, Alex Williams says he's checking the ride around 285.
It's a slow one this afternoon, especially in DeKalb County. 285 eastbound, you start to hit the brake pedal right at Georgia 400, and you're going to stay slow as you make the trek through Dunwoody into Dorville, with southbound delays continuing 285 south the Interloop down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway in Clarkston. 285 westbound on and off the brakes out of Sandy Springs as you head over toward Truist Park in Cobb County. Then the sluggish volume continues down toward South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
If your basement is showing any problem signs, condensation, wet floors and walls, musty smells, mold, or rot, AquaGuard Foundation Solutions can help before it's too late. Visit aquaguard.net and sign up for a free inspection. Remember,
AquaGuard.
EMC Security.
When an alarm goes off at your home, every second counts. With EMC Security's remote video monitoring, once your alarm is triggered, our team can instantly monitor cameras you give us access to, assess the situation, and send appropriate information to first responders. Get real peace of mind whether you're home or away. Get a free quote on video monitoring today at emcsecurity.com.
EMC Security.
Smart protection for a safer
tomorrow.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef is on sale. 3-pound packages are only $4.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
As a business owner, if you had attempted fraud on your bank account today, how would you know? Do you have tools in place to detect and prevent it? I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. Our local bankers are here to guide your company and make recommendations for your business, including fraud prevention tools like Positive Pay. This month, Ameris is offering a free on-demand cybersecurity and fraud prevention webinar. To view the webinar and learn more about how our bankers can help you protect your business, visit amerisbank.com/businessmonth. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC.
No matter the season, Breda's got your back, protecting the outside and inside of your home. It's the bugs inside you want gone. Breda, they handle bugs and critters.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Don't miss your chance to take advantage of the Buy 4, Get 4 free sale and pay nothing until 2027. Sale ends soon only from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start? Let's say you run a business, a school campus, a hospital, or a government facility. Finding ways to save can be overwhelming, but Georgia Power has energy efficiency tips and rebates to help. Things like improving lighting with LEDs, making HVAC upgrades, adding building controls, and more. Look, you've got a business to run and numbers to hit. Georgia Power can help you focus your energy where it matters most. Learn more at georgiapower.com/biz.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top story, a very public feud between President Trump and Elon Musk after the former head of Doge criticizes Trump's big, beautiful bill.
People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly. And some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it.
Musk responds after those comments, claiming President Trump is in the Jeffrey Epstein files, which is the real reason he says they haven't been made public. One of Trump's biggest supporters on Capitol Hill also plans to vote no on the big, beautiful bill. Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says she is opposed to a provision that would prevent states from passing laws to regulate artificial intelligence. She's previously outlined her opposition to the AI part of the bill and acknowledged she was not aware of the section when the bill was first passed by the House. It is 84 degrees in Atlanta. When does the next round of storms arrive, and will it be a rainy weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A Good Samaritan stops 2 attempted carjackings in Marietta. 66-year-old Gary Edwards holds the 32-year-old suspect at gunpoint until police arrive to the intersection of Delk Road and Franklin Gateway.
Draw the gun on him, tell him step away from the car and get down. And really, that's it. I hold him for 3 minutes or so, flat on the ground, until the police show up.
Rico Riley now faces a handful of charges, including attempted armed robbery. Amid a nationwide crackdown on illegal immigration, activists in Atlanta condemn a plan to expand an ICE processing facility in South Georgia.
Standing outside the ICE field office in Atlanta, activists call for the proposal to be nixed and for the Folkston Processing Center to be shuttered completely. Amilcar Valencia says the facility is inhumane.
This is going to affect not only the community in South Georgia, but the whole community throughout the state of Georgia.
The expansion would more than double the capacity from 1,100 to 3,000. Charlton County officials say the project is now on hold due to federal regulations, but they are hopeful it will move ahead in the future. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A murder suspect on the run for over a year is finally arrested in Gainesville. 18-year-old Kylane Williams of Monroe is the third and final suspect in the April 2024 murder of a 16-year-old from Gwinnett County. Jayshawn Overstreet was shot in the head. Police Police say Overstreet traveled from Gwinnett to Gainesville for what they called criminal activity. 2 other teen suspects were previously arrested. An event in Atlanta this weekend gives people a chance to have old criminal records removed in Fulton County.
Atlanta City Councilwoman Andrea Boone loves seeing people's faces when their old arrest is expunged.
We are honored to host this life-changing event.
Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis says people get helplessly hamstrung by an old arrest when it comes to jobs, loans, or housing.
We also want to make sure that simple mistakes do not hold people back.
Superior Court Judge Thomas Cox sees helping people charged but never tried or convicted as part of the continuum of justice.
Justice is a unifying theme. It has an accountability measure, but it also has a restorative measure.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
In a unanimous vote, Gwinnett County Commissioners approved more money for mental health crisis response teams.
More than $700,000 in funding will go toward 7 fully staffed teams that pair Gwinnett County police officers with licensed clinicians to respond to mental health emergencies.
The Behavioral Health Unit of the Gwinnett County Police Department is a model for law enforcement agencies across the country. Their reported 99% deferral rate is nothing short of amazing.
Dr. Jeff Smith says the teams are able to resolve most mental health crises without arrests, instead connecting people with long-term services and support. The agreement with Viewpoint Health runs through June 2026. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:34. This news sponsored by Findlay Roofing. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Picked up a new crash into Cobb County, Bill, right in the work zone. Left lane knocked out. I-20 westbound, Wesley Chapel Road exit 68. Stacking up the ride back through Lithonia. Eastbound sluggish as well out to Panola Road. If you're traveling I-20 on the West Freeway, you're on and off the brakes from 285 out into Lithia Springs. Downtown still very slow, heading southbound from the 85-400 merge. About a half hour from there to get down to I-20, with northbound delays starting right at Langford Parkway on 75-85 north. Not going to break free of that until you get up past Peachtree Pine Street heading toward Midtown. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Overnight lows in the mid-60s to low 70s. Tomorrow, hot and humid with a high of 88. Partly cloudy through the afternoon and evening, but watching for a line of thunderstorms to arrive after sunset, and those storms may produce some damaging wind gusts before midnight. Saturday, mostly cloudy, watching for another thunderstorm cluster with some damaging winds, high 86. Sunday, mostly cloudy with scattered pop-up storms, high 82. Monday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 85.
82 right now in Doraville, 79 in Mableton, and 83 in Stockbridge. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Playing a game with your family, that's a lot of fun. Playing a game with your roof, you'll lose every time. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. When it comes to replacing or repairing your roof, think of Findlay first. You'll always win with Findlay. They're the extra effort experts with high quality, highly rated roofing experience and expertise. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally. With Findlay, manners matter. With Findlay, you get upfront pricing, exceptional service, and they'll treat your home like it's their own. Win, win, win. Only Findlay Roofing stands behind their work with a lifetime leak-free warranty at no additional cost, and you'll pay nothing until the job is complete. Findlay Roofing is the perfect match for any roofing issues. Plus, they offer 0% financing. Get started with a free roof analysis at findlayroofing.com.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
I've found your next go-to service team for Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi. It's Wolf Pen European Auto Repair in Roswell. Honest pricing with certified factory techs who won't run up the tab with repairs you don't need. See the difference when you search Wolf Pen Auto Repair.
Tim, I know that we've been very focused on the Elon and Trump feud.
How could you not be?
I mean, yeah, it's the top news hands down. But meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, this is what Chuck Schumer is saying about the big beautiful bill.
And we all know one thing:
Yes.
Donald Trump is just lying about the bill. Lying about the bill. Well, here's the "We Are All Going to Die" act.
We are all
going to die act. Thank you, Senator Jody Ertz, for doing that, or however you say her name. We are all going to die.
So
That's really going to resonate with people.
Yeah. Meanwhile, when you have Elon and Trump having this big feud right now, this is an opportunity for the Democrats to appear like the adults in the room and actually have a solution that helps the American people. But of course, you
Did you see the study that came out that an overwhelming percentage of both houses, the members are 70 years or older.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. It's all full of ancient people.
Sit down.
Liar.
Oh my God.
Trump is a liar. The president's ancient. Everybody in Congress is ancient. The youngest people in government are finally, which is the Supreme Court, which just used to be all old geezers.
Yeah. And it used to be, you always assumed the Supreme Court was going to be full of geezers, but now because of how politicized it is, you want to get a young justice that's going to be in there for lots of different presidencies.
Got that hottie, Amy, you got that hottie, Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah.
She's a traitor. She's a traitor.
Yeah, you're not happy with her on a lot
Well,
of
I'm not happy with her. You know, I thought if I listened to the Federalist Society, they would go the way I want them to, but they don't.
They got a 9-0 victory today. Everything that came out today, other than the Trump news and the Musk news, is just buried.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I mean, if you wanted to have a story buried today, this was the day to have, like, let's say you had, like, a very negative story about you or about an organization that you're affiliated with.
You're going,
this was the day. Yeah. You
Corinne
are
Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, you are breathing a sigh of relief today.
Diddy's like, thank God.
Because, my goodness, this is just... this
Even
is
Fonnie Willis is probably happy today because the news came out this morning that every single case in the YSL trial.
In the young slime, the young thug.
Yeah.
Everybody involved. No charges.
There's one person left, but it's not a murder charge. So,
no.
Way to go.
Thanks for using our money there, Fonnie Willis here in Fulton County.
Not
Bravo.
my money. I live in DeKalb.
Oh, look at you and your DeKalb pride. Over
Yeah,
there.
we wouldn't waste money on a useless RICO prosecution.
Jerk.
What is she, 0-3?
I think she is.
She should run for governor.
I'm surprised she hasn't put her hat in the ring. At this point, there's so many people that have put their hats in the ring where you're like, oh, who is this person?
Yeah, well,
at least she does have name ID. I'll give her that.
Probably the best people most qualified for it are the ones you're like, who's that? Because the ones that you know are like, oh, God, not you. Go away. All right, let's do this.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Okay, we all know this is Autumn's favorite segment on the show.
Yay! Bow, bow.
And since we ended with a survey last time, guys, I'm going to start with a survey this time because, you know what? I felt like we neglected the surveys a little bit. This was a survey conducted by Bankrate.com.
I love that website.
Oh, they're so good.
Bankrate?
Bankrate.
Yeah,
R-A-T-E,
okay.
yes.
Sweet.
It was conducted by 2,445 U.S. adults, American adults out there. We only want American here.
That's right.
And it says that 63% of Americans hold a negative view about tipping. It's up from about 59% last year. It's because the tipping culture is just out of control, basically. Like when you go and you pick up an item now at a store, like they flip around the little device, the square device.
You don't have to tip.
You don't have to, but you can tell that when the employee sees you put 0 on there is a look that happens.
It doesn't matter.
I know, but
here's what happens.
The guilt at least sets in for me.
Yeah, here's what happens at Starbucks. They after you pay and they flip that thing around, or they tell you that, here's your option, whatever. They turn around to make the coffee. They're not looking at you. And so I just hit keep going. Now, if I have some change jingling in the pocket or a dollar bill or something, I'll throw it, but I'll wait until they turn around so they'll see me do it.
Okay, all right. Well, at least you're offering something every now and then.
Especially for you, Tim, you're not getting a specialty coffee. You're just getting a drip coffee.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
so
I'm a
that
drip.
doesn't really deserve a tip.
Well,
but
no,
if someone's making like a latte and it's like the sugar pump, whatever the heck, then put it on the card.
That's a good point. And also, if you're a regular, if you have a neighborhood Starbucks that you go to all the time and you know the people there and you talk to them there, then it is worth putting in there. Now, there was a person that worked at the Starbucks in Tucker who I love talking to. And all of a sudden they were gone. And the other day I went to Ansley Park and they were working at that one. And I said, oh, it's nice to see you. When did you come down here? Da, da, da. We had a good conversation. And then they said, this one's closing. And that shocked me.
Really?
This person said that the Ansley Park Starbucks is closing because they're a union store and Starbucks is shutting them down.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So, and they don't have.
Teach them to go union.
There you go. But they don't have a lot of Starbucks are now refurbishing. They have that machine like we have here that'll make the coffee in like 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now you don't have to. You're not stuck just getting pike roast. You can get any kind of roast you want. All the beans are there.
Through the machine.
Through the machine. It's super fast. They turn around. It's done. Here you go.
I love the marketing campaign they're doing too. The TV ads that I see, I think are very catchy and make me crave Starbucks. So that's how you know it's good.
People are snobs about it. I've liked it since I moved here. I never had Starbucks till I moved to Atlanta. And I tried it, 96, whatever, and that was a long time ago. Anyway, but I love it. I don't know why people hate it so much. I will go to a neighborhood place if the coffee's strong enough. But what Starbucks has done to me is that it has to be really strong. Because their coffee is strong.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I can't drink it because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it tastes burnt.
Some people say that. I just like the taste of it. I do.
But I like the regular. I like you get the like espresso drinks.
Yeah, they're
They're
good.
good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really good. Have you had them?
I have.
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
I used to drink mochas like once a week, but that's like eating 6 cheeseburgers.
Oh gosh, yeah, mochas.
Do you
are
stay
loaded with
in the
sugar.
location of the Starbucks so that you can go use the bathroom after?
No, I usually risk it and try to get home.
Woo! You're brave.
What else, Jared?
Well, so within this Bankrate survey, a couple other things that were interesting that I at least highlighted here. The business responsibility, 41% believe that businesses should pay employees better instead of relying on tips. That's still, again, below 50%.
I disagree. If you're at a restaurant, you're sitting down to eat, and somebody is waiting on you, taking your order and bringing your food, I think that you should tip.
Right.
I think if you're getting your tires done at a tire shop and they turn around, there's a tip thing on there, you should laugh in their face.
Yeah, because, you're paying in the labor costs there. And then within that, only 16% that were surveyed here would pay higher prices to eliminate tipping. So basically people want just the lowest price possible.
Well, sure. But again, there are places where you should tip and there are other places where it's inappropriate to tip or you'd even ask for one. Don't bug me with you. Oh, I want a tip. I mean, you can go back 25 years to a Simpsons episode where he's at a music festival and there's a tip jar in front of the guy and he taps it and he goes, "Karma, dude." And Homer just goes, "Yeah, I get it," and turns around and walks away. But I'm not a tipper unless I'm getting waited on or I like the people. So there you go.
That's very fair. I have a study for you guys. Ready for this one?
Sure.
This is a study from Sprout Social, and they have found
Is that the social site for Sprouts?
Not the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Australian. And
it's the mascot for the peas. Yeah, the little guy, Sprout. Jolly Green Giant and Sprout.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to look that up. I did not know that. Within this study, it has revealed that Gen Z is increasingly using social media over traditional search engines to find products and especially news. So they're getting more news from social media than they are from search engines.
Yeah.
And I know George and I talk about this all the time. I'm like, you like to kind of keep kind of a low profile on your social media, but I get a lot of news from social media. And you were telling me,
yeah, I use X. I mean, if Eric goes, "Hey, get something from this story, get this piece of audio," it's definitely straight to X before I go to Google or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
Right. And I think a lot of people are using that trend as well too. So it's I've got a few more details that we'll get into after traffic.
What a good tease you have there. Alex Williams says there's a crash on I-20 in DeKalb.
Yeah, watching this one in the work zone right now on the Jam Cam 10. It is in the left lane, I-20 westbound, Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. You jam up as you leave Panola Road, exit 71, coming out of Lithonia. Now, if you're traveling eastbound, I-20 eastbound, it's sluggish from 285 to the mall. It's Stonecrest. 85 northbound out of DeKalb into Gwinnett County. That jams in just north of Shallowford Road, but breaks free once you get up past Pleasantdale Road. Sluggish up into Duluth, but nothing to worry about. And 75 northbound through Cobb County. It is still a rough ride in Marietta from Delk Road, trying to make your way up to Chastain Road, where earlier trouble cleared in Kennesaw. And up in Canton, if you're on the brake lights, 575 northbound in Holly Springs, hang in there, because I have better news. The crash on 575 north at Highway 20, exit 19, has just cleared out of all travel lanes. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB Radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my God.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
It's a Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
Oh, that's cool.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB Radio app now.
You work hard, and when the job's been hard on you and you get hurt, you need the strong arm. John Foy and Associates. Smiler Mark McKay here. His team of experienced attorneys specialize in fighting for injured workers with zero upfront costs. JohnFoy.com.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
When it's time to replace your windows, make sure you have options and get to choose the energy-efficient window that is right for your home, your style, and your budget. Dave Baker here for the only window company I recommend, Nelson Exteriors. With Nelson, you're in charge. Choose from many top-rated window manufacturers like Andersen and MI, all backed by Nelson's worry-free lifetime labor warranty. For your replacement windows, pick the company that's more picky than you. Google Nelson Exteriors.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for the Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
What if your home had everything? Fitness, fun, and total relaxation all in one place. A Bullfrog Swim Spa from Brown's Pools and Spas is the ultimate backyard upgrade. Swim or soak, warm or cool all year round. Plenty of space to exercise, play, and of course relax without taking up the entire backyard. Right now get financing for 120 months, an instant rebate up to $2,500, and a free zero-gravity swim spa hammock. Hurry, sale ends June 16th. BrownsPools.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Yeah, X is a lot of fun to be looking at right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to just see an S show, go over there. Jump in the comment section, and I mean, everyone's just all over the place.
I go someplace else for that kind of show, Jared, and I'm not going to share it because I don't want to get in trouble. So what did you leave us hanging with as far as that survey or study or whatever
so this study, it's funny because a lot of times with studies and surveys, they end up using each other's language. It's initially pitched as a study, but basically, in a nutshell, social media has overtaken search engines amongst Gen Zers.
Okay.
So people are in Gen Z are using social media instead of search engines. And within that, a couple of things that I thought were interesting, though, was that Gen Z favors Instagram, 89%, YouTube, 84%, TikTok, 82%. All of them have surpassed Google. All of them are over Google.
Well, Google gives you, cultivated responses.
Yeah.
Or curated, I'm sorry.
or paid. They give you.
Yeah.
The thing that drives me mad
not
about
real
searching for
anymore.
something on Google, if you're searching for a local company and you put it in there, the first thing that pops up is never that company. It's always a competitor to them or a national business. And then you click the link and you get blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is wrong. And then I'm mad. But if you go to an AI search engine, or not a search engine, but you go to an AI app, you get it right away.
I don't use my AI for searching things.
What's your friend, right? Your friend over
Yeah,
at
she's my buddy, Marlo.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
But
She and I are besties.
TikTok is absolutely a place where there's a lot of news, but it's
Not as much as there used to be.
not as much as there used to be, and a lot of it, if it's news, it's somebody going, "Y'all, I just discovered this, and it's going to blow your mind."
Yeah.
And then it's 700
And a lot of fake
ads.
stuff, too.
Yeah, most of it's fake, and then tons of ads.
Yes. Now the ad count on TikTok has gone up a lot.
Yeah.
And I think what's really interesting in this, another thing that I pointed out here was in the financial area. It says that 47% of consumers, with 62% of them being Gen Z, report that social media improves their financial decision making. That's not a good idea. You should not be getting.
Well, they're all investing in crypto.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, what do you mean? If it improves it, then why would it be bad?
I'm saying that I would be hesitant to make a financial decision through what I see on social media. And they're saying they are influenced by it. That they are influenced and that they are seeing a positive result from it. My thing is I would be hesitant looking at social media and looking for financial advice.
No, you just trust Jim Cramer. That's all you need.
Yeah, but on CNBC.
Sure, but when you go to,
I started following someone on YouTube that gave a financial audit.
Yes.
And I learned a lot about how to budget and how to stick to a budget.
That's smart. That's different. You're learning how to actually make and keep a budget. What I think Jared is talking about, and I see this because I was following it a lot during the pandemic and afterwards. Kids were on there. It was the HODL, which is hold. They were buying all this crypto, or they were doing the manipulation of stocks like AMC or GameStop.
Oh, the GameStop
and
one
getting
was
it up.
wild,
And
yeah.
there were kids, young people that were making a ton of money and then getting out at the right time before the stock dumped or they held the trading. So you can follow them in there. There's keywords and hashtags that you can search in that app. But
I'm a millionaire.
I'm too old and dumb to figure any of it out, so I'll just listen to Wes Moss and figure out what to do.
And I say also add in social media as a tool. Don't use it solely.
Right.
And there was one last stat I wanted to bring up in this this study here. There is hope for Reddit. Apparently, 63% of Gen Z plan to spend more time on Reddit.
Why?
I don't know. I guess Reddit's growing.
I use Reddit as a search engine more than anything else. Oh, really? And for advice.
Yeah, I
older
like Reddit.
people aren't using Reddit for that. I can tell you that right now. There is big rig trouble on 285 on the west side, says Alex Williams.
Yep, this big rig is not going anywhere. He is stalled out in the center lane, 285 and northbound. The inner loop at Cascade Road exit 7, already slow back to Langford Parkway. The southbound ride on the west side is also slow. It's just volume, though. No crashes in the way. 285 southbound, leaving I-75 in Cobb as you make your way down to I-20. The West Freeway still jammed in through DeKalb. 285 east and southbound. Brake lights start at Ashford Dunwoody Road, and no relief till you pass East Ponce exit number 40 in Clarkston. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated doors. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Get $200 cash for your old entry door too. It's cashed for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Convenient, free in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404 USA Door.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Check out this amazing deal on Kellogg's cereal. Select varieties or buy 2 get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
So, here's a thought. What if selling your house meant you didn't just get paid once, but twice? Sounds nice, right? That's exactly what Orchard does. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler, and I'm telling you, this is different. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home, so you can go ahead and buy your next one now. No stress, no where are we going to live in the meantime drama. And while you're moving in, getting cozy, arguing over where the couch goes, Orchard is busy getting your old place ready to sell. They handle the cleanup, the fix-ups, the showings, even upgrades that can raise the price. And here's the kicker. When it sells for more, which happens a lot, you get that extra money too. So yeah, first payday comes when you buy, second one comes when your old place sells. Not bad, right? Want to check it out? Just head to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com and get a free home valuation. No pressure, just a smarter, easier way to move. That's Orchard.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Did you know the water pressure regulator is the heartbeat of every home? It can affect all things in your plumbing system, and when it's not regulated, it is the main cause of most plumbing problems. They only last about 8 years. Have Superior Plumbing check yours.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, a Good Samaritan comes to the rescue, stopping 2 attempted carjackings in Marietta.
Gary Edwards and his wife Anna were leaving the Cracker Barrel on Delk Road Monday evening when they heard a woman screaming at a gas station across the street and saw a man trying to carjack her.
I run up, basically tackle the guy or knock him down. There's a little scuffle there. He starts running back towards Delk Road.
Police say the suspect, Rico Riley, then tries to carjack a family at the intersection, but Edwards, now armed with his wife's gun, stops him.
I draw the gun on him, tell him step away from the car and get down.
Riley is now in the Cobb County Jail facing multiple felony charges. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
85 degrees in Atlanta. What's the timing for potential severe weather, and will it impact weekend plans? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A man and woman are locked up in a disturbing case of child cruelty in Douglas County.
The mother and father of a 3-year-old are facing child cruelty charges for allegedly making the toddler live in a dirty shed that had no water or power. Matthew Giovanni is a neighbor, and he tells Channel 2 Action News.
I'm not surprised by any of it, really.
34-year-old Sarah Pombert and 35-year-old Joseph Matthew Turner of Douglasville are now in jail for causing cruel and excessive mental and physical pain to the child by keeping him in the dirty shed behind their home near Winston in what police say were deplorable conditions. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
2 men are in the hospital after a shooting near Greenbrier Mall. Atlanta police say both men were alert, conscious, and breathing when they were taken away. The shooting did not happen on mall property. The victims were found in a car in the parking lot. The shooting happened about a quarter of a mile from the mall. Self-driving vehicles are coming to Atlanta's West End neighborhood. The Atlanta Beltline approves a $3 million pilot program for shuttles that will run about a 2-mile route. Jill Johnson with the Atlanta Beltline says it'll be welcoming to those who have never been in an autonomous vehicle.
The project will also include on-board attendants who will be there to help folks who might feel a little bit nervous on their first ride or during their first experience.
The project expected to be in place in time for the 2026 World Cup. Water bills may be going down in Sandy Springs. A judge rules in favor of homeowners who Sandy Springs Mayor Rusty Paul says are paying too much for the water they get from Atlanta.
Making sure that our people aren't paying 21% more for water than is justified. And I'm hoping that Mayor Dickens and I and our teams can get into a room fairly soon and maybe work out the details before the court orders us to do certain things.
The city of Atlanta plans to fight the judge's decision. No word yet on when the hearing will be. A war of words today between President Trump and Elon Musk. Trump suggesting the former head of Doge misses being at the White House.
They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different. And they become hostile.
Musk claims President Trump is in the Jeffrey Epstein files, and that's the real reason why they haven't been made public. It started with a feud over Trump's big, beautiful bill. Quick thinking from an Ackworth police officer saves a man's life.
Corporal Tamara Sievertson knew what she had to do when she was dispatched to a report of a man choking, as she had already done it once before. When she arrived on scene on New McEver Road and Ackworth Industrial Drive, she grabbed her LifeVac device and quickly worked to pull a bottle cap out of the man's throat. He's expected to make a full recovery thanks to her efforts. The agency purchased the devices for all of its officers last year, meant to help choking victims. This is the second time one's been used. Corporal Sievertson previously saved a woman who was choking at an assisted living facility. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
An epic collapse at Truist Park this afternoon. The Braves give up 7 runs in the 9th inning and lose to the Diamondbacks 11-10. As the Diamondbacks sweep that series. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams.
Tow truck has arrived on scene with this crash, still in the left lane in DeKalb County, I-20 westbound. Wesley Chapel Road exit 68. Almost got you slow back toward Lithonia Industrial Boulevard. If you'd like, you can always use Covington Highway to avoid that jam. Elsewhere, if you're traveling I-75 north or southbound between Kennesaw and Marietta and Cobb County, you're on and off the brakes in both directions between 285 and the I-575 region. We had a stall reported 400 northbound in Sandy Springs by our traffic troopers up around Abernathy Road, exit 5 in a center lane. Nonetheless, you're still seeing the brake lights leaving the perimeter, trying to make your way up past the North Springs MARTA station. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Overnight lows in the mid-60s to low 70s. Tomorrow, hot and humid with a high of 88. Partly cloudy through the afternoon and evening, but watching for a line of thunderstorms to arrive after sunset, and those storms may produce some damaging wind gusts before midnight. Saturday, mostly cloudy, watching for another thunderstorm cluster with some damaging winds, high 86. Sunday, mostly cloudy with scattered pop-up storms, high 82. Monday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 85.
Right now it's 82 in Alpharetta, 81 in Brazelton, also 81 in Peachtree City. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
There he is with his hand in the air. All 4 fingers are up. It is now hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine, and continuing with studies, surveys, and or polls.
Well, it turns out a recent study proves that Donald Trump and Elon Musk still don't like each other. This is a new poll that just came out.
Who did this poll? Is it a fake poll? No, I hate him. I hate his
Rasmussen.
guts. Do you not like it? Well, they're pretty good when they, well, sometimes bad. But I don't really like Elon very much anymore. He said some really nasty things about me today, and I'm going to say some nasty things. By the way, do you know who the president of the United States is?
You.
Right. Do you know who isn't the president of the United States?
Elon.
Well, all I have to say is watch out.
Who has the history, though, of starting off with a good relationship with somebody and then the relationship souring?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Elon's women?
You.
Why don't you ask
Hey,
all?
that is his... That's his dating life, not his professional life.
I take care of my children, pay attention to what they're doing. I don't let them run
Do
around.
you know all their names?
My kids?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know all their names. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ivana or Ivanka.
Oh.
That's certainly Tim, not remembering. But I get credit for it anyway. You got Eric, Don Jr., Barron, and Tiffany.
Good job.
So there. I bet you Elon can't do it. He's all stupid numbers and weird symbols.
The difference between you, Mr. President, and Elon is that you're better with your kids, you're better with your family, but you are notorious. You have known. We've seen this happen in your first presidency.
People disappoint me, Jared.
And-
Don't be
yeah,
one
I
of those
know.
people.
I've heard quotes from
Don't
people.
be one of those people.
I've heard people that are that have been very close to you in the past that have said working with you is like being in a lion's den, and occasionally the lion gets hungry when there's no food, and so you just want to slash people.
You
and
do
eat
got to
people.
slash. You know, I'm teetering with my good friend Shelley Winter. My good friend Shelley Winter.
I think Shelley's gonna. I think he's gonna rip you a new one
Well, I think
when
he
he
might,
comes on
but he
7.
might also go after Elon. But you know, Shelley, I met him at the Chick-fil-A. We had a delicious chicken sandwich with mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise.
You remember
on
the
mine.
show that he does?
It's some show on that radio station in town where Sean Hannity's on it, but they don't play him when they're supposed to, which angers me because Sean is a lovely sycophant.
He's a good American, right?
He's a great American, and he really, really, really kisses my butt, and I love that more than Elon. He doesn't do that.
Well, I guess not.
I took back the black MAGA hat.
You did? How did you take it back?
I
From
told him he can't have it.
Oh, that's not very.
It's mine.
Nice. You guys, again, you were the best of friends, and now you're
People,
not.
let me tell you about my best friend. His name is not Elon Musk. It's Bill Bixby. Google him.
I'm saying, I just from initially what I'm seeing, I'm Team Elon.
You're
on this
Team
one.
Emu?
Team Emu because of Elon Musk. I just feel like you have a more recent history of having relationships sour, especially when they work for you. So I think that I'm.
I don't know. Why
I'm
don't you
on
talk
Elon's-
to Grimes? See how she's feeling.
Again, that's somebody that he had a relationship with, not a business relationship.
I have it right here. Grimes, what do you think? Are you Team Elon or Team Trump?
Well, I guess I'm like, I spent a whole year having nothing but ketchup.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, it's really good for you. It's a vegetable.
Like all I want was fat
Yeah.
and carbs.
Right. But anyway, Team Trump or Team Elon? I mean, I know he's your baby daddy.
Oh, that's her new single she's working on.
Yeah, it's good. It's great stuff. Gonna invite her to play the Kennedy Center.
Right, she'll be the opener for Les Mis.
What? There, see, it's beautiful. What are you doing over there, Jared?
That made my dog bark.
I was trying to find one of.
Scared it. Oh, there it is.
In the middle of a set at Coachella, I believe this is 2 years ago, when her system went down.
That's true. Like, I think she's screaming because she's frustrated. But I saw a bunch of clips of her screaming and it being part of the act. Like, it would be really cool with like reverb on it and stuff. So I think screaming is part of her deal a little bit.
She's a screamer.
Not in this one.
Who could listen to this? I'm curious. Why would anybody listen to this?
There are really cool rhymes.
How high do you have to be to listen to that?
You gotta play something like Oblivion or.
Oh,
Genesis.
yes.
Those are really.
You don't have to, really. I mean, don't say it.
Just to get
No,
one data point's not enough for an opinion.
I think we get the picture. I think we get the picture.
understand.
Yeah, I like the scream. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Do we have any more?
Oh, I guess it would make sense for Grimes to be Team Trump, by the way, because she did
Well, of
not end
course.
on good terms with Elon. Again, I stand where
He's the bad guy.
Elon's not good with the relationships, but better with the business partners. Trump not good with the business partners, but better with the relationships and better
Well,
with
what
the
I-
kids.
what
Not
I-
saying that either are great, but
All of this just makes me feel super concerned for George Clark, as we said earlier in the show.
oh, I know. He's
mean,
been pulling his hair out. See him over there? He's still yanking his hair.
They're tearing him in half because, he's Team Trump, he's Team Elon, he loves the Elon Bros, you're the podcast guy, you like all the shows.
Well, I keep looking over. I keep looking over behind the glass, and I see that Return of the Jedi scene with Luke, and I see like half the face dark and half the face light. So, George, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm handling
Elon
it.
never told you what happened to your father, did he?
Who is my father?
I am your father. He hasn't seen it enough to quote it.
No,
that's not possible.
That's impossible.
All right.
To be a little real, though, it does. Obviously, Elon's little tirade on Twitter was in response to what Trump said. We played all the clips before.
Yeah, Trump's the one that.
But Elon started it on X.
He did start, yes, with trashing the bill, which
Yeah.
is one thing, but it's
But
not kind of a personal attack.
you don't talk smack about my bill.
But I thought Trump, obviously talked a lot about Elon this morning, but it was quite measured. I don't feel like it wasn't
Well, I have a busy
personal-
day.
Well,
I was
except-
talking to the president of China. Well, who, you know.
Except for this one, George. This is where I think Trump went way too far.
And I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly. And some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it.
That's too far there. And then.
And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office and he's got nice offices too. But there's something about this one. I was telling the Chancellor, this is where it is. People come in here, even from Germany. They come in and they walk into the Oval Office and it's just a special place.
He's an old guy sitting out in front of a coffee shop talking to nobody. That's what it sounds like to me, is feeding the pigeons in front of him from the park bench. I was president once,
by suggesting that though that Elon has Trump derangement syndrome, though that's a pretty bold claim by the president.
He wasn't saying Elon did. He said that it happens to some people.
Yeah, and some people turned hostile. Who turned hostile? 30 minutes later.
His
Elon.
vice president.
What do you mean?
His ex-vice president.
Oh, his ex-vice president.
Yeah, that guy got out. But then again, they had a guillotine with his name on it.
Yeah, but my point
in
is,
front of the Capitol.
Elon kind of proved his point. He got quite hostile. He's quite, deranged and up in arms about Trump. And
I think
him of hanging out
he's
with
leaning
sex
toward
criminal.
Elon. The Elon lean.
I'm with George. I lean towards Elon too. I think Elon.
Way to support your president.
You know what? You do plenty of things that I agree with, but there are plenty of things I disagree with. One thing that I know is that I think you have a bigger ego than Elon does.
One thing I know is you haven't done a study, survey, or poll in 10 minutes.
You are right about that, Mr. President. I'll give you that. Only 19 days out of every month does an average American feel, quote, fully healthy. 72% of respondents reported moderate or poor health at the time of the.
I feel healthy today. Maybe.
How do you feel today?
I don't know.
The common ailments in this wellness survey here
My back.
say that fatigue is the top issue.
Yeah.
And that affects people about 13 days a month, followed by digestive issues. That's you there, Tim Andrews.
Are these women or men?
Both.
Both.
Because women have these issues based on hormone fluctuations as well.
Well, it says here for 10 days. So 10 days out of the month.
That makes sense because you got your period.
Yeah. We don't.
Mood changes 10 days out of the month.
We do have women listeners.
And
I'm
headaches.
kidding with you.
Headaches.
I know, I'm just kidding. I love you.
Headaches. Well, okay, you can avoid the headaches by not drinking. Don't get hangovers. You can avoid exhaustion by getting a good night's sleep. You can eat healthy. You can exercise. You can get up and go for a walk. Problem solved.
Listen, these 2,000 American adults need your help, Tim. So hopefully,
I just helped them. I told them
Yeah,
we'll take
Tim's
it.
got solutions.
Hopefully,
Like,
all
hey, you
of
got
them.
a problem? Yo, I'll solve it.
Hopefully, all
Get
of
off
them.
your ass while the DJ revolves.
Hopefully, all of them are listening live or listening back to the podcast, so they get this information.
I
Also-
wasn't going to do anything, but Tim helped me. Now I'm going to get up.
Yeah.
And wow,
I
I
never
broke
thought
my
about
leg.
getting up off the couch.
Now, 51% of respondents within this survey also found that they have recurring health issues too that have been lasting 6 months or longer. So that's a lot of Americans, they're feeling it out there. Be nice to your fellow neighbors. Be nice to your. You don't know what people are. You don't know
what does
what
that have to
people,
do with your neighbors?
Well, because you don't know
yeah.
what people are going through.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't.
Oh.
I
they're
know
probably
that I'm
not
going to go
feeling
get a
well.
piece of cake. I just saw one of our engineers walk by, so that'll make
That's
me.
not
happy.
going to help you.
Sure, it will. It'll lighten me up, make me feel happy.
Maybe for 10 minutes, and then after that.
Oh, I'm going to be like those other people. 19 bad days every single month. Delays are getting worse on I-20 westbound through Lithonia, says Alex Williams.
Yes, that is correct, Tim. All due to this crash that is still in the left lane. 20 westbound Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. They're putting the cones out behind it. I'd go ahead and think about jumping up, maybe using Covington Highway as an alternate. And just found a new crash in Henry County. It's in the right lane, 75 southbound Jodico Road, exit 222. I'm going to watch for those delays to start to creep back up towards 675 in Stockbridge. Traffic brought to you by Echo Park Speedway. Experience the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart Saturday, June 28th, under the lights in Atlanta. Get your tickets now at EchoParkSpeedway.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
If you have the WSB radio app.
If you have the WSB
All
app.
the notifications you
If
need.
you have the WSB app.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
Breaking news in Cobb County.
All in one place.
We'll send out an alert on the WSB
The
app.
95.5 WSB app.
Download it from your app store today.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
At Shane Company, we love a spring engagement, but you might be wondering, how do I find the perfect engagement ring? As a trusted family jeweler since 1929, we get asked this a lot. We have a wide selection of ring settings, like vintage designs with romantic details, floral settings inspired by nature, and classic styles with clean lines and sleek metals. Dreaming of the most beautiful diamond you've ever seen? At Shane Company, we handpick only the sparkliest center stones in all shapes and sizes, from oval to round to marquise, and more. We have gorgeous natural and lab-grown diamonds at competitive prices, in-store, ready to compare side by side. Drawn to certain colors? We're known for our rainbow of vivid natural sapphires, including shades of blue, straight out of a fairy tale, handpicked by our owner, Tom Shane. At Shane Company, we have the best free lifetime warranty that includes the center stone, plus resizing, repairs, and cleanings for life. Visit us at shaneco.com or in store. No appointment necessary. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Georgia Power has a variety of ways for customers to take control of their energy bills as we head into summer. The Georgia Power My Power Usage Alerts can send you email updates on how much energy you're actually using. Just go to georgiapower.com/usage and log into your account.
Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you self-conscious? Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
I guess we've exhausted all the polls, studies, and surveys.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some sex in the news, too. We got to get
Oh,
we gotta
sex sells.
Sex in the news here. So you guys get to choose here. You and Autumn both have a vote. And George, you're going to be the, if it turns out to be a
Tiebreaker.
tie, yeah, you're going to be the tiebreaker here. One story we didn't get to yesterday. This is one of your choices here. Pornhub has pulled out of France, its second biggest market. That's choice number one here. And then from 2fab.com, remember Annie Knight, the OnlyFans star?
No.
You don't remember her? She was like, she's kind of up against Bonnie Blue. She slept with 583 men.
Oh, the one
and
from like Wisconsin.
I think she is from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, that voice. Oh, God.
She slept with 583 men.
Now, those
and-
aren't individual men, right? That's how many turns they got, right?
No,
I'm
it's
not sure.
it's individual. I have the requirements here. She revealed the requirements for all 583 men who slept with her in 6 hours. So
All
you
right.
have that.
Keep it clean.
Or Pornhub pulling out of France.
Oh, I
Your
want
last
to
choice.
hear about this
Annie Knight.
strumpet.
You've heard that a long time, Strumpet. All right, so Annie Knight, a lot of people were curious how this worked. And in order
She
to-
lays on her back, and then a bunch of guys line up,
well,
take off their clothes,
so
and that's it.
What's crazy is that each guy has
Keep it delicate.
I'm being very delicate. They have a minute, and they basically are in a line. There's like
That
five.
long?
There's like 5 to 20 people in a room.
Uh-huh.
There's
Must smell
there's
lovely.
there's a camera crew, and she said, unfortunately for her, there wasn't a fluffer. Which a fluffer, you imagine, just use your
Everybody
imagination.
knows what that is, and if you don't, Google it. We're not going to describe what that is.
No, we're not. So within the 60 seconds, she had to do a lot of work, plus make sure that the act
See,
was
you
completed.
serve up a story like this, and everything in my head that
Oh, I know.
can say to make it funny,
I know,
I
it's
can't do.
pointless. We can't do
No,
anything
but we
with it.
can. But I mean, I'm just telling you that. I mean, she had options.
Yeah. I just didn't realize that in order. I mean, it makes sense, right? That every individual, in order to hit your goal in 6 hours, would only have 1 minute. But the fact that you're doing that action in front of an audience. Number one, difficult to do. Number two, there's not somebody to
Helping.
help with the warm
A
up.
helper.
And then you, no matter whether it was, no matter what, you had to use a condom. No matter what
Well, that's
action
smart.
was going on.
I mean,
so yeah, that's smart. I agree. with
ain't
that.
doing that. Yeah.
So there were. I think that there's a lot of ways where the stat could be misleading. The
Sure.
583 guys, because it implies that it's one way, when in reality it could be a couple other ways too.
Sure.
I am skating right now. I am skating with this
Yeah.
story here.
Well,
I think my whole thing is, but why does this young Annie Knight feel like that she has to do this to get attention? I don't understand why.
Here's my question.
Because we're talking about
Yes,
it.
but why is it in the news cycle? Why do these people pick it up?
Exactly.
Clicks?
Well,
looky-loos?
When you hear that somebody has had relations with 583 people in
Yes.
6 hours, I mean, that's...
If you're not immediately disgusted by it, then you have a problem. I don't think there's nothing groundbreaking about this, to me, and I just think that it's the fact that it's news just drives me crazy, because this isn't the first time this was done. There were movies made on VHS tape in the 90s where women were doing this.
But
And you know where you
583 in 6 hours?
around that.
Oh, wow.
And it was kept where it belonged, shock jock radio, and that's it. And, maybe the AVN, the Adult Video News. It wasn't, shows like us weren't talking about it, but now it's everywhere. It's all over social media. It's in news aggregators. It's on Drudge. That's where you found it, because I saw it on Drudge, right?
I actually found this in 2Fab, believe it or not.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, that sounds like a site that would talk about something like that.
They're kind of TMZ adjacent. 2Fab
Sure.
and TMZ, they're kind of they're cousins.
Yeah.
And
I'm just grossed out by it. I don't find it. It's not erotic. It's just gross.
Yeah, I can't believe that somebody could actually do that. But she does say this. Annie Knight does say, "quote I like to say that I was the original challenge girl." So she likes the idea of a challenge being presented to her and saying, "Hey, I can beat that." Because this year, the year before, she had done 300 guys in a year, and then
In a
went to
year or
600
at one time?
in a year, and then it went
Okay.
to 600 in
That's
a
pretty
year.
normal.
And then at one point, it got higher and higher and higher. So she likes to continue building on her goals.
Mm-hmm. Someday she'll settle down with a guy who doesn't know anything about her.
Probably. Maybe that's for the best for both of them.
Yeah. I don't know. Could you imagine being a kid, and then when you finally come of age and you can look on the line, and then you find out your mother did that for a living?
That's where I would find that to be incredibly difficult. But at the same time, though,
You do have a nice house in every game you ever wanted.
true.
So there's a trade-off.
There is a trade-off, and people have to make a living, right?
You can't bury it. You can't bury it these days. If you did movies, adult movies or amateur whatever movies in the early 90s, right?
Right.
And you decided this isn't for me. And then you went out and became a teacher. Odds are you're fine. There were the odd cases in the 2000s where, hey, this teacher did this and blah, 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 and they ended up firing her, which isn't fair. Or your police officer or whatever, and they get fired because they did something in their past. But that has to be searched out. Now, everything is saved and archived.
It is. And unfortunately, that's, I guess, the consequence of doing a profession like this. But at the same time, though, I mean, hey, if it pays her bills.
Sex work is real work.
Yeah, if it pays her bills, then I have to salute her. Again, it's not the profession that I would want my partner to be doing. But at the same time, though, if somebody wants to go out there and do that, or somebody wants to make a career change and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to beat Andy Knight's record. I'm going to get 600 guys in 6 hours. You know what? All I have to do is salute and tip at the cap, right? And say, you know what, you go, girl.
Well, I have to compliment you very deftly.
I think I skated around that really well.
Job.
That was hard.
Alex Williams says there's a crash on I-75 in Henry County.
Yeah, travel advisory now. It's in two right lanes, 75 southbound, Jodico Road, exit 222 as the delays worsen out of Stockbridge. Think about the express lanes with the Peach Pass, Highway 42 an alternate. Just blocked and reopened all lanes downtown, 75, 85 southbound around University Avenue, exit 244. Got a stall off to the right there, but still seeing the brake lights out of Buckhead, trying to make your way down south of I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, Diamond Glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
Window shopping can be shocking. Typical replacement windows are big, bulky vinyl windows that lose their efficiency over time. Not what you want for your home.
That's why at North Georgia Replacement Windows, we don't offer those. We only carry the best. Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows.
Experience the Infinity from Marvin fiberglass difference at your home or in our new Alpharetta showroom.
Visit us at ngwindows.com.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
N62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 5-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. I've been in banking for over 30 years, and my team and I know that businesses have the best results when they work with local bankers who know the Atlanta market, bankers who will work to understand your business operations and bring good ideas to the table. At Ameris Bank, we do that. I invite you to reach out so we can start a conversation. Visit amerisbank.com/yourbusiness or a local branch near you. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, self-driving vehicles are coming to Atlanta's West End neighborhood.
The Atlanta Beltline has approved a $3 million pilot program that would bring driverless shuttles to a roughly 2-mile route between the Atlanta University Center, MARTA's West End station, and the Liam White Entertainment District. Jill Johnson is with the Atlanta Beltline. She says for those who've never ridden in autonomous cars, no worry.
The project will also include on-board attendants who will be there to help folks who might feel a little bit nervous on their first ride.
The project's expected to be in place in time for the World Cup. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
85 degrees in Atlanta. When does another round of storms arrive, and will we see severe weather? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, but meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A Good Samaritan stops 2 attempted carjackings in Marietta. 66-year-old Gary Edwards holds the 32-year-old suspect at gunpoint until police arrive to the intersection of Delk Road and Franklin Gateway.
I'm glad I didn't have to
use it. I'm glad the guy stayed on the ground.
Rico Riley now facing a handful of charges, including attempted armed robbery. If an old arrest in Fulton County is getting in the way of landing a job, a loan, or a place to live, now's your chance to have it removed from your record.
It's a life-changing event, says Atlanta City Councilwoman Andrea Boone.
We love seeing the look on people's faces when their records are expunged. They are filled with optimism.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis says her office is just as committed to punishing violent offenders as to making sure a simple mistake doesn't hold people back with an unprosecuted arrest.
Haven't done anything since. We are going to move to restrict that off your record, as it should be. Why should they be judged by something they were never convicted of?
With a judge and the court clerk on hand Saturday, the record's restrictions will be completed in real time. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Local activists are condemning a proposed expansion of an immigration detention facility in South Georgia.
Folkston is an abusive ICE detention center.
Meredith Yoon says the facility is already plagued with problems. The plan would more than double the capacity of the Folkston Processing Center, making it the largest in the country. Charlton County officials now say the plan is on hold due to federal regulations, but they hope the project will move forward in the future. A war of words today between President Trump and Elon Musk.
I'm Linda Kenyon at the White House. The feud is escalating between President Trump and Elon Musk after Musk called the president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill an abomination. In the Oval Office, Trump said he was disappointed in Elon and then lashed out on Truth Social, saying the former head of the Department of Government Efficiency, quote, just went crazy. He also threatened the head of Tesla, posting, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts.
Musk responds on social media saying Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's why they haven't been made public. Now, a WSB Money Update. Businesses are asked how much of higher tariff costs they plan to pass along to you, the customer.
A new survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta finds on average businesses say they expect to be able to pass along just over 51% of a 10% increase in cost and about 47% of a 25% increase in cost to their customers without harming their current demand levels. It's actually a lot lower than what they passed along in 2018 from then President Trump's earlier round of tariffs. The bankers say it suggests that consumers are so price sensitive right now that business owners can't pass through the entire cost hikes like before. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
Stocks finished the day lower. The Dow losing 108 points. S&P drops 31, and the NASDAQ loses 162 points. Georgia Tech promotes James Ramsey to head baseball coach today. He replaces legendary coach Danny Hall, who retired after this season. Ramsey joined the Yellow Jackets baseball staff in 2019 as an assistant and was named associate head coach in 2021. He becomes the 13th head coach in the history of Georgia Tech baseball. It is now 6:34. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams.
Travel advisory in DeKalb County on I-85 northbound as you head up toward Norcross. We got a crash in two center lanes. 85 northbound, Pleasantdale Road exit 96. Already jammed up back at Chamblee Tucker. That's going to get even slower. Go ahead, think about Buford Highway as an alternate. Better news in DeKalb County. The crash cleared. I-20 westbound at Wesley Chapel Road exit 68. That should help out the ride as you leave the mall at Stonecrest. And looks like the stall just got itself up and running again on the west side inner loop. 285 northbound, Cascade Road exit 7. All lanes open, so those delays will start to improve as well. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Overnight lows in the mid-60s to low 70s. Tomorrow, hot and humid with a high of 88. Partly cloudy through the afternoon and evening, but watching for a line of thunderstorms to arrive after sunset, and those storms may produce some damaging wind gusts before midnight. Saturday, mostly cloudy, watching for another thunderstorm cluster with some damaging winds, high 86. Sunday, mostly cloudy with scattered pop-up storms, high 82. Monday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 85.
Right now it's 80 in Noonan, 85 in Midtown Atlanta, and 79 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
It's still the greatest form of advertising, word of mouth. If we could bottle it and sell it, we'd be rich. But we can't. That's what keeps it honest. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons. From garage doors to entry doors to windows, for every opening of your home, we've got you covered. Talk to your neighbors. Chances are we worked on their home. They'll tell you all about their 5-star experience with All Four Seasons. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Belinda Skelton here for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I have Stephanie with me. She's a patient of Dr. Ashraf, and Stephanie recently had the laser optics procedure. Stephanie, why did you have the laser optics procedure?
I wanted to be able to not ever use reading glasses again because I got tired of pulling my phone out of my purse when I forgot them to blow things up, and I just wanted to see.
And how was life after laser optics procedure at Atlanta Vision Institute?
Incredible. I could read the bottom of a nail polish bottle. I don't need my readers, never used them since I've had my laser optics procedure. It's been amazing.
What would you say to people who are on the fence about having the procedure?
Do you want to see?
That says it all, folks. Folks, if you want to see like Stephanie, go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
Did you just tune into the show and think, man, I wish I had more of the Doctrinaires? Never fear. The podcast version is here. Grab the Von Hessler Doctrine as a podcast on WSBradio.com, the WSB Radio app, or any of your favorite podcatchers. And, you know, we have our own shows, Jared and I, right here on this radio station. I host a show called The Popcast that you can listen to live 7 to 8 p.m. Well, I'm not there live, but the show is 7 to 8 p.m. on Saturday nights. My guest this week is guitarist Gary Hoey, who's a real cool guy and a classic rocker, and man, he can thrash the guitar. And Jared, you have a show called what?
The Nightcap with Jared Yamamoto, and it's on every Saturday from 11 to midnight. Obviously, there is a lot of stuff to talk about from this week, and I'm sure. I mean, the news cycle just even on the weekends it doesn't stop. I'll gather things from the week, and I'm like, this will be interesting to talk about the show. And then Saturday, things just pop off, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to get to all this stuff. It's
And if you go outside at night after Jared's show, you can hear Autumn screaming into the darkness. Yeah, see?
There she is.
Oh, is my mic on?
Yes, your mic is on.
Sorry.
Screaming into the darkness. Hey, what are we doing here? Oh, yeah, we're going to do Doctrine Extra, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd say we open up Doctrine
All right,
Extra.
let's
Why
do
not?
it. Let's do it.
It's time for Doctrine Extra.
A jarring intro to that.
Now again,
so loud.
I want to make sure that people understand this, that with Doctrine Extra, these are the stories that we just couldn't miss. It's not the leftover stories. These are the stories that we just couldn't miss.
There's one I saw on your computer there that we've already talked enough about that topic today, so we'll just skip that one.
Oh, you talk about Pornhub pulling out of France?
Yes, I think the headline says it all.
No, I think my point of view on this one is just, man, what a rough week for France. First, I guess, going into last weekend, you had the big Macron slap that happened, and then where, his wife slapped him. Then
that was like a week and a half ago.
Then, I know, and then they banned cigarettes. So I guess I'll extend the last 2 weeks.
Wait, not banned cigarettes.
They banned smoking.
They banned smoking in public places.
Which everybody's going to ignore until they die of lung cancer.
We smoke you, it's fine.
They smoke everywhere. They love to smoke, and they love their Coca-Cola with a lemon inside of it. And now...
And setting fires to cars in the middle of the street.
Well, this is going to...
I have a friend who is a farmer, and he brought his doo-doo to the town, and we put it everywhere. We set it on fire.
Think that's Macron?
Well, now they're going to have even more reason to light things on fire, because with Pornhub now leaving, I mean, it's their second biggest market.
I have a VPN. It is no problem.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. They have a VPN. It doesn't matter.
I think people will be able to get around it, but it's pretty nuts that they're requiring people to put age verification.
Why is that nuts?
That is not crazy.
Well,
we do not want young people to access this kind of pornography.
I have no problem with that.
So
I don't either.
Arlo, the main company that runs Pornhub, they own a couple of other sites too. They say that it requires a credit card or ID verification, and that compromises the user's privacy. And I kind of agree with them there a little bit.
Well, guess what? The government has already let loose our social security numbers.
Sure.
So whatever.
And what's the difference between giving it to Pornhub or Amazon?
They are suggesting Arlo would like tech companies like Apple or Google to handle the age checks instead.
They're not going to do that.
Government. Exactly. That's why they're pulling out.
Yeah, Apple's not going to get involved in that business. That's one thing that, among many, that Steve Jobs said, there ought to be a place without all that. Mm-hmm. And so that's why there's never been apps where you could do that. There's things that skirt the edges, but, what is the problem with having to show ID? or put a credit card in to access these websites. These websites, by the way, are all owned pretty much by the same people. They've cornered the market. They've ruined the chance
they're
that
reputable. Just because pornography has a sort of stigma to it doesn't mean that they're like some, gross guy in his basement running a porn site. Like, this is a huge business.
Oh, it is.
It's just like giving your card to Amazon, which everybody has done.
Yes.
I had no idea that ALO, the parent company that owned Pornhub, YouPorn, and RedTube, I had no idea that they owned all three of them. But, I mean, again, for them to remove themselves from France, it's their second largest market. I mean, that's huge.
Well, they're not going to lose any revenue.
They're not going to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are just going to VPN.
Yep.
It's no big deal.
And I think what's going to be significant about this is if it is effective there, if people don't use the VPNs like you guys are talking about, there are 19 states that are trying to block these type of sites here in the States.
Well, there's a couple that have already done it.
But I think, though, that you can't require the IDs to be used in those states. I'm not sure state by state.
You can require ID. They don't require the credit cards, but they do require the ID.
Okay.
And if you can't get around that, you can't get into it. But, oh, geez, I'll just go
anywhere
a
else.
millisecond away to another website or
to Twitter.
Reddit. Twitter's terrible for that. You search for things
Twitter's
sometimes.
all over the place.
Sometimes you go into the Twitter search and you have to have your content preferences set. Or if you type in, like I typed in something today, I was looking up Guatemalan, and the very first thing.
No,
the very first image was of a woman. What do you think? I'm like, no, I'm not looking for that. I want to know a specific thing. But anyway, it's stupid.
Well, right now, all that X is right now is two grown men arguing at it with each other now.
Yeah, it is.
with Musk and Trump now.
Pretty funny.
Trump, I guess, is keeping most of his stuff on Truth Social, but people are reposting all of his Truth Social posts over there as that feud continues.
Well, Truth Social went down today because they had accelerated traffic. Most people don't go there because they know that Donald Trump, his truths will get posted on X.
Yeah, all he does is copy and paste them, or they take a screenshot and they put it over there.
I wonder how Blue Sky's doing today.
I told myself I was going to make a Blue Sky account. I still have not done it yet.
You're not missing out on anything.
Nothing? Really?
No.
I really thought that I was going to use it because I'm like, you know what? At least I got to figure out what's going on over there. Not because I would necessarily use it a lot, but I wanted to just see what it was like over there. But
you can kind of use your imagination.
Yes,
I'm sure.
it's like
are you
Truth
using
Social,
it on?
but
You're not
it's
using
liberal.
Blue Sky, right? Autumn?
No, but I see people talk about it.
Yeah,
what's on there?
As far as neutrality and less politics and stuff, I still say Threads is the best at that. But I don't go there all the time.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I am not seeking that stuff out. I'm only seeking entertainment.
Yeah, and you get that from TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
If your algorithm is the way it needs to be. Otherwise, you're just getting crap.
Yeah.
Like the Bigfoot AI, which was funny the first time, but now there's 800 million of them.
Well, now every time I get one, I send one to you, Tim, now, which is
the
funny.
Bigfoots?
Yeah, the Bigfoot.
Well, they're funny. They're
funny.
wilderness videos. I'm out here. I'm going to show you how to cook a steak.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
Yeah. But anyway, they get old really quickly.
Sure.
Very quickly. They get old really quickly, like my
Bigly.
friendship with Elon Musk.
Which is all over the place now.
So we opened Doctrine Extra. Let's do something aside
Okay, all right.
from,
I'll get away from the sex for a second
thank
because
you.
Michelle Obama admitted that with her daughter Malia dropping the family name, it felt like a gut punch to the family. And she actually was on a podcast.
Oh, she admitted that? That's
I know. She's like, you don't.
normal.
She's like, hey, the Kennedys never dropped their names and other prominent names like that.
Well, why'd she drop it? She probably wants anonymity and not to be harassed all the time.
Well, she was jumping into like independent films.
Yeah.
And she thought that by taking her name out, she would be able to blaze her own trail. But I'll let Michelle talk about it.
She would be doing it on her own merit. Okay, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
I'll let Michelle speak about it.
Our daughters are 25 and 23. They are young adult women, but they definitely went through a period in their teen years where it was the push away. We want to, they're still doing that. And you guys know this is the children of parents who are known. You're trying to distinguish yourself. I mean, it is very important for my kids to feel like they've earned what they are getting in the world. And they don't want people to assume that they don't work hard, that they're just naturally just handed things. They're very sensitive to that.
sign.
Malia, who started in film, her first project, she took off her last name. And we were like, they're still going to know it's you, Malia. But we respected the fact that, she's trying to make her way.
I understand that. And I have no problem with, the parents are like, well, why would you do that? But, she wants to get ahead in life without her name.
But I agree with Michelle there. I think Michelle people are going to know that she's an Obama immediately. Like, even if you are trying to blaze your own trail, people are going to know you're an Obama.
But if you're watching something and maybe they're in the trailer for just a second and you don't notice it's them, and then you watch the movie and you're like, man, I'm really liking this movie. Hey, is that her? Right?
Right. It's not like Jenna Bush who did nothing and ended up being on the Today Show.
Hey, Jenna's talented. Come on.
I remember when she fell down drunk with her sister. That's my favorite thing about them. Alex Williams says there's a big jam on I-85 northbound heading into Norcross.
All due to this crash. 85 northbound right at Pleasantdale Road, exit 96. 2 center lanes are blocked, almost slow back to Shallowford Road. Go ahead, think about using Beaufort Highway as an alternate. Earlier crash down in Henry County, 75 southbound at Jodico Road, exit 222. That has been moved off to the shoulder, so the brake lights leaving I-675 will start to improve and cleaned up nicely. 285 northbound, the inner loop at Cascade Road, exit 7, where that stalled big rig cleared out of the center lane. Traffic brought to you by Active Pest Control. Enjoy a pest-free home with Active Pest Control's pest-free 365 service. To save $50 off your initial pest service, visit ActivePestControl.com today. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Where you get your news is where you win.
Download the WSB app and get ready for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Amazing. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Are you serious? Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app. Oh, no. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in AMCO just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to AMCO.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned AMCO near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
D. Geller & Son, Watches and Whiskey. Father's Day weekend, June 13th to the 15th. Watches and Whiskey. Complimentary whiskey tastings, courtesy of Old Fourth Distillery. They'll include brands like Tissot, Omega, Rolex, and Breitling, and much, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate Father's Day. Come out and get Dad a great watch for a low, low price at D. Geller & Son. Whiskey gift set with all purchases. D. Geller & Son, Watches and Whiskey. June 13th through the 15th. I hope to see you there.
I hope to see Shelley Winter in here. Oh, there he is, right there.
Hey,
Hi, Shelley
Tim.
Winter.
Hey,
How are
Jared.
you?
Hey, great job this week, by the way, guys.
Oh,
great
thank
job.
you.
Great job.
Autumn's here.
Autumn. Sorry, my sister.
Well, I mean, Autumn's been okay. She's been okay this week.
Actually, the truth of the matter is Autumn has been the best.
Oh, come on. She's missed a couple
of
open mics.
She's been the best.
I don't disagree with that, but you're in here today, right now, to give us a little preview of tonight. Now, you have a guest early, so that means you're going to get into the meat of your topics later after the guest.
I'm starting with the greatest rap battle ever in the history of rap battles. I mean, if you thought that K. Dot versus Drake was the end-all be-all, nothing compared to this one. If you thought Nas versus Jay-Z was the greatest one, nothing compared. MC Elon Muskie Musk versus Big DJT.
Big DJT
is the best, most epic rap battle I've ever heard. I mean, it's got everything.
Yeah, you've got the most powerful person in the world versus the richest person in the world.
And the richest person in the world got him where he is. Can argue that he helped him get there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, positively, without a shadow of a doubt, can say, I'm responsible for your career.
100%.
So George is conflicted because he
Second
loves
part of
them
your
both.
career.
George loves them both. He's got the the separating parent syndrome going on over there. Do you think this? I have a belief that a little bit of this is kayfabe. Do you think it's 100% real?
I think it's a rap beef. That's why I called it a rap beef. Some rap beefs are real. Sometimes two guys are friends. Nas
Trump
and
has a
Jay-Z.
history of WWE. He's a reality TV guy.
I mean, Nas and Jay-Z were friends, and they had someone said something that the other took the wrong way. All of a sudden, it's a battle. But it's one of the greatest rap battles of all time. Sold a bunch of records for both of them.
Sure.
They made up, and the rest is history. So, to me, it's whether it's fake or not, it's not the big story. To me, is the big story is that they're going at it, and it's just epic.
In public,
and what's being said, and I
It's just
heard
messy, so it's fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's messy and fun. I will tell you, just like Jared said earlier, I'm not taking sides. I'm one of those friends that if you and Jared were to have a fight, I would just stand on the outside and say, Tim, I can't believe you let him say that about you. Jared, are you going to
so you'd be egging us?
I'd
You'd be egging us on.
Yeah,
so who's doing that in this?
Me tonight on 7 o'clock.
I know. No, I mean in the White House. Who's
I
doing
don't
it?
know. I'm sure people are picking sides. Me, I'm just looking at it for its entertainment value.
You got to find out who punched Elon in the face now. That black eye really from this past weekend. Now after seeing this,
it means something.
It definitely means something.
I cold cocked him.
It means something. But I will say this: Elon is right on the bill and what he's talking about the spending.
Amen, Shelley.
He's absolutely right on that part. And I wish more Republicans will speak out about it. One of the best tweets that he did was when he had Mike Johnson talking about cutting spending and cutting the deficit in 2018, and Elon Musk tweeted out that clip and then said, I wish I could find this guy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is really what you have to do if you're trying to let them know why people are upset.
Meanwhile, the Democrats have a perfect opportunity to present themselves as the adults in the room, but where are they? They're just there's none of them. None of them are speaking out. None of them are.
We're all gonna die
because they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
right.
they don't know.
They
what to
have
do.
no idea what to do. They loved Elon. Then they hated him with a passion. They hate Donald Trump. So for them, they don't know what to do. They can't take Elon's side because you hated him 3 hours ago.
Right.
You can't take Donald Trump's side because you hate him from 2016. So they have to stand back and just let them fight it out.
Be careful, all the Tesla drivers out there.
Shelley's up next. Stay with Shelley till 9 o'clock. Going to be a fun Hannity to show tonight. He won't be up today. Jared, what are your social media?
Oh, it's
things?
at Jared Yamamoto, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the different places. I appreciate all the follows this week, too. You guys are awesome.
Hello, I'm at Auto Pritz everywhere, except I'm not really on everywhere, but you can find me everywhere at Auto Pritz.
You can find me on Twitter at Tim Andrews here, on Instagram at Timstagram here. And then you can find me elsewhere just by searching for me. All right, that music says we have to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. One more show with us. Another chance to win in the 5K a day. And Shelley Winter. Have a great night.
You also.
656 Cool Ray Carrier, WSB 24-hour traffic center. Travel advisory continues up toward Norcross via 85 northbound. Crash still in 2 center lanes at Pleasantdale Road, exit 96. Jammed up from Shallowford Road, use Buford Highway. Heading into downtown, still seeing the brake lights starting southbound, just south of the 85-400 merge. 75 south slows around Northside Drive. All that improving as you make your way south of North Avenue. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
Metro Atlanta driver's license stations can be so busy. I had an experience recently. If you go to a smaller town, you're not going to have a wait. I was driving to Florida and I